Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? It's good to see everybody on a Wednesday night, as usual. Tonight, I'm going to be hanging out with my good friend, everyone's good friend, Zakainen. We're going to chit chat about dollies and probably talk about cars, maybe some movies. I don't know. We're going to shoot the breeze. I would say, we're too, yeah. You know what we're doing. Oh, look, cool toys. So I was telling my channel members earlier during the pregame that I'm starting to do for channel members, little behind the scenes thing for like before my live streams go live. And I was saying how I might go back to work. I'm entertaining the thought of going back to work. And I have a job interview tomorrow, just, kick it around, shits and giggles. But I want all of you to know I am going to do the interview sitting right here with all this shit behind me. So that's going to happen. And then, whatever. It's a conversation piece. That's for sure. Yes, there was nudity. I undressed this right here because, ladies and gentlemen, the fingernail is gone. It is gone. Yeah, that's true. So, anyway, you can't double stack a double live. No, you can't triple stamp a double stamp. Yeah, that's the way that works. Chad, would you buy a 3 3/4 inch UFC line? I think it would be the perfect scale. No. Only because I don't really like wrestling. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. No. Not really my thing. The curse has been lifted. Judge Dreads, what's up, man? Good to see you. Fantasia's Workshop, gasp, you had a nail-ectomy? Okay, first and foremost, I would like to stop talking about the damn fingernail, okay? I smashed it. That's it. You're the ones that made a big deal out of it, not me. But most of it lifted off except for this hole inside. That didn't come away from the quick, so I actually wound up having to cut like 99% of it off. So whatever. Pardon me. I'm still kind of getting over that T-virus. Media clash. I sit in front of my Transformer shelves when I have to do remote meetings when I work from home. Yeah, right? Absolutely. Rest in peace, zombie finger. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. Don't let him fool you. It was just goth fingernail polish. The funny thing is, the ma'am and the kiddo and I discussed painting both of these black. Whatever. Didn't happen. Nicotronus, channel member for 5 months, uses his Chad chat and says, the zombie finger ran away yet. Right? Like that. TK Storm with the $2 super chat. Thanks, buddy. Says, let's start this right. What are we saying? Zombie finger? Zombie finger. I don't know. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. And Mr. M. Vargo uses his chat and says, dude bros, for 6 months already. Time flies. Yeah, man. You were one of the first, and thank you so much for that. Speaking of dude bros, Kato's Collection uses his chat and says, I'm wasting my member chat on this message. Yeah, that's okay. I love you anyway. So thank you very much. You guys are all freaking awesome. Vishay Conley, speaking of awesome, you are. Thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. It says, watching the stream and doing last minute prep for our Atlanta dance competition tomorrow. I hope you have a blast. You're a phenomenal dancer, so I don't think I have to wish you luck. You're a great dancer, but yeah, man, I hope you have a blast. And then Just Jeff says, Get your ass to Mars. I love you, Jeffy. I mean, I would go to Mars. Would you? Especially if it was made out of spare ribs. Oh, good Lord. Roll Keeper. Thank you for using your Chad chat and says, read my Chad chat. Chad. Chat. Mm. 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 Mm, 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 mm.
What the fuck did I just hear?
Yeah, that was a little weird, but it was fun. It was like Inception. Okay. You know what? Screw this. Here we go. 5, 4, 3. I got to get this shit off my screen. Get off my screen. How do I get it off my screen? That's what she said. Ah! I'm having a day. I'm sorry. You guys are working me.
Chad, how insensitive of you.
Yeah. Okay. So, without further ado,
Hey, buddy.
I can't look at you on the screen because I'm staring at you into my camera.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Oh, wait.
Right.
Hold on. Wait.
Your drink here. If there was a message in your glasses, I can't quite make it out.
It's right there. You see it? It's right here.
Actually, these glasses, I can't see a damn thing, man.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Brother.
It's good to see you.
A little bit more.
No,
I was gonna say stop, but no, I mean, like,
no,
okay, all right. All right,
No.
fuck me then. All right.
no.
Can we use profanity? Are we past that point?
Yes, we're past that point. We're at 9 minutes. You're good.
Okay, all right. Somebody say curse words like G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe?
Oh, curse word. Ugh.
That's not a curse word.
In fact, I wore this crap. Hate G.I. Joe. It is the worst. So anyway, now I got that whole shtick over. I'm like, get out of that. Okay. Get back to there.
Zakainen, I understand you like the fitness.
Oh, yes. Please talk about exercise. Yes.
Do you want to talk about fitness?
Brother, when we were on with Jeffy, we're sitting there talking to Gaines and Jerk, and they start going into fitness. I'm like, yes, please,
Yeah,
God.
fitness fucking pizza in my mouth.
Jeff had that look on his face like when you had an entire stream of about 1/12 scale.
Like that.
Fitness is hard. Working out's hard, man. Sucks, man.
This whole Liz. Yeah. Oh, fitness D in your mouth.
This is that highbrow humor, right? Oh, wait, look, do we have timestamps yet? How far are you behind in the chat here? It looks like
I'm not. That was right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking
It
at
starts off good.
World Made of Cardboard wants to know if you could actually see through those shades.
I told that to Ryan on the 3POA member stream. I was like, dude, I don't know how you did that whole show with Chad with those glasses, man, because I couldn't see a damn thing.
Yeah, look, Ryan is a true professional. That dude is a fucking trooper. And I think a lot of people just see like, oh yeah, you know, he's just some dude that hangs out with, you know, fucking Tony and Bobby and blah, blah, blah. No, Ryan's a pro. Dude's a champ. You want to talk about anybody who can seamlessly navigate, you know, a stream with that many people chatting and super chatting and all that stuff? Ryan. He makes it look easy. And me, I just, you know, rat fuck it all the way into eternity. And yeah. Yeah. We got a couple of chats. You want to read a couple of chitty chats? Our good friend Cato from Cato's Collection sends a $10 super chat. Thank you, Cato, very much. It says, but I'm sending this super chat out of pure love. Speaking of love, I hope everyone here has seen the initiative that Cato is doing with getting toys to kids who are affected by Hurricane Helene. If you have not, one of my wrenches, please put that video in the chat so everybody can check that out. But thank you, Kato. I love you very much. Kevzilla, what's up?
I said, there's me being muted.
Were you muted?
Apparently, I was like,
Yeah, you're not muted now. What's up? Sorry, I'm sorry. Kevzilla,
thank you for looking out for me. I appreciate the chat looking out for me.
you know, I don't know. Kevzilla member for 6 months. Thank you for using your chat, Kevzilla, and says, what a blast this last 6 months has been. I love you all. Thank you, my friend. I'm really happy that people are enjoying the channel memberships because I was very apprehensive about even doing it. So I'm glad it's working out for people. Why?
Did it feel because money's gross?
No, there's nothing to do with that.
That's a callback to a certain, if you know, you know.
No, it's I don't know. I was always, yes, I'm a Chad. We all know that. But I was always brought up professionally as like quiet professional, be that humble. I'm not always humble, right? But I don't know. I didn't know if it would be of worth or value or interest to anybody.
You just had this kind of visceral, I don't know if it's what I'm going to do is going to be worth what you're going to give to me.
Yeah.
Stop.
You
It
stop.
is.
You stop.
It is.
You stop it. Go on and stop.
Listen, you suck. I've told you this. I will tell you.
I would expect that. I would.
Hold ourselves accountable. We have a great community that does that.
A great what?
Oh shit. Collection of people that share same interest.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. No, we do. And that's one thing that I always try to stress is I like to surround myself with people who don't have the exact same likes and dislikes and views and opinions as me, because I like genuine, honest people who have their own thoughts. And I can say, hey, Michael Keaton sucked as Batman. And they don't freaking cancel me immediately. We can still get along.
I'm sorry, I think you're muted.
No, I'm not.
Words came out of your mouth. That was weird.
Yeah, no, you heard him. Yeah. Jack Nicholson was not the Joker, by the way.
No, anyway, you talked about it. You want to go on a Batman rant about real quick with Batman?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's go. Whatever.
They've never done a Batman that's Batman in the movies, right? It's close.
Yeah.
And there's aspects about the movies that I enjoyed, right?
Yeah.
I like 89 Batman. I probably like Returns, the second one, better.
Really? You like the Freaks and Weirdos one?
But Catwoman, dude. I got news for you, Michelle Pfeiffer's. You ain't a real cat.
Michelle Pfeiffer? Pfeiffer?
I haven't gone and watched it in years for a reason.
Yeah.
They're saying
you're muted again. It's not me. I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it. Don't be fucking with me, man.
It's, again, technical issues that we've talked about this, right? So the shows I've been on, the limited amount, something goes wrong. Tonight, my mic's gonna mute. Whatever, no big deal.
Are you running it through a powered USB?
I don't know.
Are you running it right into the computer?
Yeah, it's right into the computer. I don't know if it's a powered USB or not. Is that it?
We'll talk some shop when we're done.
Sweet.
Yeah. When we get backstage, I'll show you.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, hey, we're gonna go live 2 minutes.
Yeah. Anyway. Let me do some housekeeping real quick.
Yeah.
Jesse from JLS Comics, my buddy, my pal, my friend, everybody's guy. I fucking love Jesse. Jesse, thank you for letting me use some of your awesome Fury Force stuff in my latest video. I appreciate that. I love you very much. Jesse said, this has been a quick 3 months. I grow on you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thank you, Jesse. Laser Pants sends a $5 super chat. See, we're just trading super chats back and forth and making, Google and YouTube rich. But thank you, Ryan, very much. It says, Chad, send this $5 hairs to Zakainen right now.
Yeah.
Why? Because you have a pint glass?
Glasses that said Laser Pants across them. I don't know why.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll get right on that.
It's a mystery we'll never solve.
Yeah. I'll get right to that.
Chad, how insensitive of you.
Yeah. Okay. Mython the Python member for 5 months and a hell of a good dude. Dude, his channel's
tight.
Yeah, he's got traction. He's got traction. I like it. Mython says Zakainen is the man. Period. I'm hiding in the bathroom at work to get this message out. Wait, they're coming. Oh, okay, gotta go. Well, yeah, just plausible deniability, brother. Just tell them that you were trying to cut it short and wipe it deep. I love you. Thank you for being here. Look, all these little armyisms, I'm giving them away for free. Just write them down. Okay. Cut it short, wipe it deep. Hurry up.
My favorite so far has been Floor Spice.
Oh, Floor Spice. Yeah. Big fan of Floor Spice. You know who says that's that bullshit more than me? The ma'am. All the time. Yeah. And I'll egg her on. Like, she'll just be getting nuts on something. I'll be like, you know what that is. She goes, yeah, that's that bullshit. Yeah. Very cool. Mrs. M. Vargo, thank you for using your Chad chat, and says, doo-doo. Doo-doo. Like doo-doo? I don't know. And then our good friend Suka from the Toxic Toy Depot sends a $5 super chat. Thank you, Suka. Which, Zakainen, you got one of these? You probably do somewhere.
Well, during the move, yeah, I don't know where shit is anymore.
Yeah, you were at DFW. I know you've got one. I
know it's somewhere.
Yeah. Thank you, Suka, and says, so happy to see Zakainen on favorite and the best. You motherfucker. Take your $5 back, bitch.
What?
I love you. Hey, speaking of words, do you want to do a secret word?
We did it earlier. Didn't Chat figure it out?
We did that. That was members.
It happened here. They've said it, and they said it in the chat. Laser Pants is like, hey, secret word.
Did he fucking say that in here?
I think it was like right towards the beginning. Someone said it.
Son of a bitch.
But I can tell them what it is.
Jerk's here. Frostbite's here. What would Pee Wee Herman do? This is what Pee Wee Herman would do. I'm gonna show you time freaking now. So many clicks. So many clicks. All right. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a secret word. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You guys asked for it.
Today's secret word is
3, 2, 1.
Zombie finger.
You get one for free. One for free. That's it. That's your freebie.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was muted. I'm sorry.
No,
it's my fault. No. I'm such a rookie.
Keaton's Batman fight scene sucked.
We couldn't move his head right. That from that cow. Oh, what was your favorite Batman movie of all of them?
Again, we're circling back around to that part of the conversation where you said every one of them has good stuff, but there hasn't really been anything definitive.
No.
To me, my personal likes, and again, it's a good Batman who could have used some tightening up in a film that had a lot of Batfleck, Batman v Superman. The warehouse fight scene, nothing touches that. Period. Paragraph.
That's your pick.
Fuck yeah.
That is like, I think, the worst Batman movie.
I'm not saying Batman movie. I'm saying that fight scene.
Oh, you're picking a specific scene.
Yes.
But what's the like? If you pick one of the movies, what's the number one?
Well, then I would have to do some like stupid hipster deflection and say Mask of the Phantasm.
No,
even
that's
though
what Jeff says. That's correct.
Even though it's
you're right.
animated, it was in the theaters, and I synced it in the theater. So
Yep. No,
Mask of the
100%, brother.
Phantasm.
Mask of the Phantasm.
But that being said, if Mask of the Phantasm was live action, would people pick it apart like we all tend to do with all the live action stuff? There would be someone who goes,
well, of course, there'd be
Joker
somebody.
wasn't some driver for the mob. He was a gay, you know, like
It would come down to the casting. Do they do a shot by, for shot, reenactment of Mask of the Phantasm, which, by the way, Hollywood, which it can burn. Hollywood can burn, just as a heads up.
Yeah.
Independents make money now. Get fucked. But that said, if you want money, do that. Take Mask of the Phantasm, do a live action of it. Make money. Why do they hate money so much?
I don't know. When Disney bought Lucasfilm and decided, it's about time to burn all these IPs to the ground. Why? Okay, first of all, someone somewhere in some meeting said, why don't we just do a Darth Vader Order 66 movie? Someone did. And every time, someone else was like, you're done. You need
we did a focus group and didn't really perform very well.
Oh, fucking focus groups, man. Focus groups are the bane of everything. But yeah, they're probably like, well, but market research shows that nobody likes movies where the bad guy is the main character. Oh, bullshit.
Yeah.
Total bullshit. Yeah.
To go around to, that kind of focus group thing, the one thing where DFW, right? Here's a precursor. Show up to that, and then me and Rollkeeper, I don't know, Dan remembers his name. Greg something that was involved in designing a lot of the G.I. Joe figures.
Bernstead?
Was it Bernstead? I'm going to say yes. He talked about how they would do, if you worked for them, that company, they brought you in, and he said, I don't care if you had a suit and tie on, you got down there and you played with the toys. Know your product. Have fun with them.
Yep.
I think that's a lost art.
Well, I absolutely agree with you, because if you think about, and I'm not just talking G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends, I'm not just saying like Hasbro products, because we know who those are aimed at now. But if you look at most toys, play features, overall playability, any kind of toyetic features, they're very rare these days.
Yeah. Again, the whole article about
Play.
Adults are now the number one collector, right? They've surpassed kids. For toys.
Zakainen, we're called kidults. Thank you, kidults. Kidults, actually. I got to argue this. Keaton's Bruce Wayne is great. No. Come on.
Ben Affleck, man, I know that line's cheesy when he says, "What's your superpower, Flash?" I'm rich. That's so good.
But everything, even when Mercy comes and he's like, I love those shoes. I had probably like too many martinis. Like, he does such a good job with that bullshit.
Affleck
Bruce
and
Wayne.
Cavill were done such a disservice because they were so good in those roles.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Dude,
if they did a Dark Knight Returns, I would love for Affleck to come back as it.
What's that fucking kid's name that played Lex Luthor Jr.? Was it Jesse Eisenberg? Right?
Yes. I think it was Jesse Eisenberg.
There are so many better actors that could have been Lex Luthor.
Well, who was it in Smallville? Rosenberg?
Yeah, something like that.
I liked him as Lex Luthor. for that time period. I thought he was great.
Let's narrate. Rollkeeper said, I hate the Batman has a girlfriend and wants to quit being Batman trope.
Man, women, right?
Rachel! Yeah. She was fine in Batman Begins because like he hadn't seen her in so many years, and then he comes back and she already knows that like that's not the same guy that came back. You know, she's the one who finally says the fucking line like the man that I knew never came back.
Yep.
Right. This is your real face, like not Bruce Wayne.
If I did my favorite Batman, I'm gonna say Batman Begins with Bale. As far as a whole overall movie, that'd be my pick.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. Mask of Phantasm. If I'm doing live action.
Yeah. I'll give you that. But that warehouse fight scene, that shit is first of all, I mean, the whole thing with the machine gun and the flamethrower, that's right out of Dark Knight Returns, right? We all know that. But the rest of that warehouse fight scene is straight out of the Arkham games.
We talk
100%.
about, 100% Arkham.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you. Do this for the whole movie.
An entire movie. They should look, fuck Robert Pattinson, that whole The Batman thing where it's just 7 with a guy in a cowl with like a, an emo collar. No.
Go ahead.
I wanted Ben Affleck and I wanted an Arkham movie.
Yeah. The Batman is a good movie. The Batman is not a Batman movie. That's not Batman. That's not Bruce Wayne. That is not Catwoman. That's not Selena Kyle. That's not Jim Gordon.
No.
But it was an entertaining movie for me, and I just took myself out of it. It was like an Elseworlds Batman.
I was just waiting to see, Brad Pitt's David come in the room all, the Riddler with
What's in the
all
bag?
his 7 stuff.
Chad, I don't know if you've seen this. I know you're multitasking and I'm distracting you, right? I'm very loud. Have
You're
you
not distracting
seen? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, obviously I am, because Chad's zombie finger is in the room. And he just said, I'm immortal Zakainen. And I thanked him earlier. I said, man, I'm glad you're free, brother. Because I love every part of you, Chad, even your zombie finger.
You fucking said it. I told you get one.
It didn't count if I did it.
No, it counts, man.
That's why you haven't read.
Okay, we're done. We're done with that.
That's why you're not reading his name. I understand.
Chad, can you explain camel spiders? Camel spiders.
Ask Frostbite.
They're not good. They're not great. Yeah, so there's like a camel spider, and then there's the vinegaroons and the children of the earth or whatever. But camel spiders are crazy, and I could do a whole stream just on camel spiders. But we used to run in the Middle East when we were deployed. We would run at like 5 a.m. So before the sun came up and whatever, but it was this period of time. So most people in the civilian world, they know dawn and they know dusk, right? They know when the sun comes over the horizon, when it goes behind the horizon. But there's 2 other important times of day, and one is called begin morning nautical twilight, or BMNT. And BMNT is when you first start to see that little bit of light. That's begin morning nautical twilight. EENT is end evening nautical twilight, when you no longer see that residual light to the west, where it's just dark.
So what's the nautical reference? Why do they include that?
Because BMNT and EENT were established during like shipping, sailing.
Oh,
times,
okay.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah. So you got to remember that sailors used to navigate by the stars, right? Using sextants and things like that. So when they knew that they were no longer going to be able to see the stars, a lot of times they would, set the sails.
Yeah.
Right. So make sure they maintain a course, because you can't course correct using stars once the sun starts coming up. And vice versa, as you have hit end evening nautical twilight, and then you can see the most stars.
Gotcha.
Anyway, I kind of got off topic there, but That's just dumb military stuff. So we would run at like 05, and you're a little bit after begin morning nautical twilight, so you can kind of see just enough to where you can see these dark shapes on the road because they're trying to get what warmth off the concrete that they can. And it's just camel spiders everywhere. And so when we're running, we're not running like this, we're running like this because we're like jumping and dodging all these camel spiders in the roads.
That's a big no.
It's fun times. We were pulling security on an intersection once, kind of middle of nowhere, and my saw gunner, a saw gunner's kit, it's different than a rifleman's kit. So rifleman's kits, you have your magazines. With saw gunners kits, they have their saw drums, and generally your saw gunner with the drum in the weapon will set their weapon on top of the drums on their torso, and they just kind of stay right. So you're at like a low ready like this, but it's resting on your kit, so you're not really holding that 16 pounds constantly. Which, you know,
how much weight is that? Is that like 50, 65 pounds? What is it for a saw? No,
16.
for all your gear.
Oh, tons. A lot. So
okay, a ton is a lot.
Yes, it is. It's 2,000 pounds. Thank you. Oh man, look at the time. Time sure is flying.
Thanks, chat. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna plug some things here.
Oh, Lord, you suck. No. It's probably like 2 pounds per drum. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, you know.
Yeah.
But then you have all the so you have 800 rounds on you, 200 rounds in the magazine or in the weapon, and then you know your armor alone is 50 pounds. So yeah, you're wearing a lot of stuff. But anyway, so when a saw gunner stands with all that stuff, they can't look down. Right. I mean, like they can see the ground, but not directly below them because they've got this weapon and all this shit on. So we're pulling security on this intersection, and he's kind of like this, and he's looking around, you know, we get heads on a swivel, right? You're a hard target, blah, blah, blah. And we're just kind of doing our thing, and we're doing our thing. And I happened to glance as he was turning, and he no shit at the top of his thigh had a camel spider about that big, just chilling on him. Didn't see it climb up his leg, but I saw it on his leg. But what you don't want to say is, hey, bro, you got a giant camel spider on your leg. Because what's he going to do? He's going to freak out, right?
Yeah. You tell him it's right by your dick. That way it escalates.
I just kicked it. I straight just Sparta kicked my saw gunner. Like, so we're just doing our thing. And I was like, and I just fucking kicked him right in the thigh. He's like, what the fuck, Sarge? And then this big ass. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, camel spiders.
Camel spiders.
Maybe I should get a clip of a camel spider and put the goat scream on
it. If you don't care about your viewers, I guess, sure, do it. Yeah.
What if I took a really good high-res picture of what's left under this Band-Aid?
For a spider, 100%.
With the goat scream. The goat scream. No. I said it in my chat. You said what? What'd you say?
What'd you say?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was talking about earlier. I just couldn't remember where it was.
See, here's the thing. The rules of the secret word of the day are, if they catch me and I read it, we play it.
Okay.
This I have to read.
It's plural. Do you want to like get into actually on this or
no?
Because it's Zoe. Okay, I get it. She's a lovely person. I've heard. I haven't met Zoe. I don't think I met her or Mr. Vargo.
Mrs. M. Vargo sends a $2 super chat. Where can I buy some zombie fingers for Halloween? Thank you, Zoe. Half of the game is to try to look who's calling me. The man's calling. half of the thing is try to not read them. Know what I mean?
It did make the show go by quick. I mean, you just play that over and over again.
Yeah, but the thing is, the more you play it, you actually watch people leaving. Yeah, it's fun, but
I wouldn't leave.
Actually, that's 2 words. Thank you. It is 2 words. Yeah, I know.
It's secret word.
Secret words. Look, I can't change it to today's secret words are.
Ooh. I see where you have to be careful because you're like, is he going to get me? I get it now.
Is this the Cranberry song? It is.
If it's not, it is.
It is. If it's not, it is. Red XO Mac 5. Did I say that right? I hope I did. It's hard. I am like super behind. Darkest Cloister's favorite Batman movie is Lego Batman.
I liked it. It's fun.
The only thing I really remember from that movie is the Bane in the Lego Batman movie was like a spoof on that shitty Tom Hardy where he's like, that was unnecessary. Right?
Man. Yeah. I love Tom Hardy, and that was another injustice done to him, just like the Venom movie.
Ugh.
You don't have to read that, though.
No, I don't have to read it. I could just put it up there. But
So that-
good use
is
of
that
the
a part of the
Madonna
rule?
lyrics.
Okay.
Huh?
Is that part of the rule? If you put it on there,
No, I have
you
to
don't
read
say
it. I have to
But
read
you
it.
don't have to say his name.
No, I'm not going to say
Okay.
it. I want to know who this is. You know who it is, don't you?
Actually, no, I don't. No, I will say this, though. I was in that stream and I said, I am shocked that no one's made an account for said person on the screen. And then it happened. It's not me. I can't do one thing, much less 2 or 3 like we're trying to do right now.
I'm still leaning on it's Suka.
Suka is an upstanding individual, and I will not stand for this. He is my black car brother, which
love
Dan
Suka.
Rollkeepers joined the club.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Dan got him a new ride. Jeff Wheatley or Jeff W kept sending him pictures of him starting up his Challenger in his garage. Videos of it. It's like, check this out.
So Rollkeeper got a Challenger.
He got a Charger.
Nice. Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dan.
It was the Cranberry lyrics. Yeah. Yeah. One punch and a head bob is a joke. I don't what? Chris from Cutthroat Comics is here and says, I'm being mean to his Batman 89. It's just an opinion. Titan's here and says, hail to the fellowship. Hail to you, Titan. Good to see you. Yeah, and then DJ Bill says, well, you're wrong. So can an opinion be wrong, Zakainen?
I keep being told it is by people who think opinions are wrong, so I guess.
I hear that a lot too. Yeah. It's kind of weird how that works out.
Oh, Dan, it was a 2024 Mustang. I am very old. And if we talk about cars, I know like this much. I'm a car enthusiast.
Not an expert.
I punch the gas. I hit the brake. My car go fast. My car go slow.
My car go vroom. My car go. I hope nobody reads this. Is this is a 60s Batman? Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
I love it. There's a nun over here. Can't do it.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a baby.
Yeah. Carol, what is up? Good to see you. I miss you. I hope you're well. And George Aiken as well. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Justice League War is also a good contender. Agreed. Yep, I will agree to that. It's kind of like a trimmed down version of the whole New 52. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My favorite Batman movie was the Affleck movie that didn't get made. Yeah.
100%.
What the fuck's his name? Joe Manganiello? Is that what it is? Like, as an Italian, I don't. Maybe I should feel bad that
was going to play. That was going to play Deathstroke, right?
Yeah.
And then he was he on that
the boat? Terminator.
The Terminator.
Yeah.
Wade Wilson. Let's just keep going here. Yeah. I don't think I have Deathstroke.
I freaking love Deathstroke.
Handy.
I thought it was interesting in Teen Titans how they wouldn't call him Deathstroke; they just call him Slade Wilson all the time. Slade Wilson.
Yeah,
like, just call him Deathstroke. I know it's a stupid kids cartoon. Yeah. Hey, have you ever seen that movie Mark of the Phantasm?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Lisa, why? Again, we're gonna lose people. Don't watch The Room. Don't do it.
No, you should. You should.
Oh, here's Headcan. I get to hang out with Headcan and with Laser Pants.
Very cool. Is that members stream where there were like 20 of you? And he was like, Chad, I put the link, and I was like, I'm hanging out with the ma'am. I can't. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I would have. Of course I would have. I'm good for it. It's just, work-life balance. Sometimes you gotta spend time with that significant other.
Listen, I'm sure Ryan's not paying attention anymore because he's busy on that other stream. But you kind of gotta give him love, but then take it back. You can't give him too much.
Ryan?
Then he just expects it all the time.
I don't know, man.
You don't want him to get lazy.
I love Ryan. I love Ryan so much. Suka says, I missed the friends saying hi, so hi back. I love you all. Is that because you were too busy on the other account? You fucker. I'm on to you, man. This is nice, man. It's nice to just hang out and chill. Jeffy says, do an Order 66 movie, but as a buddy cop movie with Vader and Fett. Look, Boba Fett is crap.
Oh,
Did that hurt? Did that hurt? Does it hurt? Does it hurt? A little RoboCop for you.
Look at this. I got this out for you. I'm like, well, surely he's going to love Boba Fett on a speeder, obviously. Look at the scale. Is it the Lord scale? Is it?
Uh-huh.
Is that a tank?
No, it's not a tank. It's a repulsor speeder, not a tank. Absolutely not. Come on, man. What? You know what made Boba Fett cool? The mystery. That's what made Boba Fett cool. You know what made Snake Eyes cool? The mystery. You know what happens when you take Boba Fett's helmet off and now he's a fucking nice guy? The show bombs. You know what happens when you get Snake Eyes without a helmet on and he won't shut up and he's the asshole in his own movie? It bombs.
Yeah, Boba Fett crawls out of the Sarlacc pit and has a dad bod. Well, that's weird. Did he eat his way out of the Sarlacc pit this time? Like, what happened?
It's a banta. Banta. All right. That show, man. Did you watch The Acolyte?
Nope. This is what I'm getting on the. I've given up. I'm done. Marvel, suck it. I'm done.
Yeah,
Star
we got
Wars
rid of
is
Disney
dead.
Plus. We got rid of it.
I'm
I
done
didn't
with
even
it.
know we got rid of it until the ma'am just kind of happened to tell me. And I was like, oh, well, when did that happen? She was like 2 months ago. And I was like, what does that tell you?
Well, then people are like, well, you can't say it's bad because you didn't watch it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this guy poop on this piece of bread, put another piece of bread on it. That's a poop sandwich. I ain't going to eat it. I'm done.
A lot of people do.
Yes, and I'm done. I'm not eating that from Disney anymore. No.
Yeah. Greg Bernstein.
Yep. Okay. He was awesome. I did not expect to have that much fun talking to him. And I'm like, man, I need to have more questions for DFW next year.
All of those guys. Look, and I know that Greg is starting to put out little by little who is coming, but the list of people next year is even bigger.
Okay, now what's his last name?
Brown.
So yeah, when I showed up,
Chris
right,
Brown.
when I showed up talking to him, I'm like, oh hey, you're on Chad's stream, you're answering my questions. I appreciate that. That was awesome. You remember that name of that Mexican restaurant? He's like, oh no, off the top of my head. I'm like, oh, not a big deal. He said, oh, hang on. I was like, hey man, you're busy. And I was like one of the only people there, and he said, look around. I got time. And just like Googled it for me. I'm like, I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Greg's an awesome dude. He is an awesome dude. Yeah. He's very much a quality over quantity kind of guy. And even though they got a bigger venue and they have more dealers, retailers, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. Vendors. Yeah, he's not going nuts about it because he really wants the quality, not the quantity stuff. He's like really against getting those vendors where it's like nothing but Funko Pops and stuff like that. So I know people like that shit, but
hey man, I got a big old Sentinel Funko Pop like over here. I got like maybe
I'm staring at a Cobra Commander Funko Pop right over there. So.
Yep, I think I got him out there. I know exactly where he's at, but I don't want 1 million of them.
Yeah.
Bashay's got like a whole wall of them.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't shit on it, you know. That's the thing. I don't shit, like, I don't care what you like. As long as you like it, that's cool.
Cool. Great.
What bugs me is when people are like, oh yeah, I hate this figure, it sucks. I'm like, why the fuck do you have it then? You know, like, why do you have it? Oh, are we M Bison bros? M Bison bros.
I got Blanca. I don't know somewhere where Blanca is. Well, now you got that one to W from Jeff Butler, right?
No.
Didn't I have that right? I thought Jeff Butler was getting rid of some of his Street Fighter.
No. I bought a bunch of carded ones for Jay Bartlett.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was. No, I've had him for a while. Maximilian Tucker says Hasbro is not the only company, pardon me, in production that doesn't like people being too close to the canon. Sure. A lot of corporations don't like that. Disney is now against hiring super fans for any of their companies.
They don't want them to know the product. They don't want them to know anything about it.
Well, also think about everybody that used to work at Toys R Us back in the day that says, yeah, they wouldn't let me work in the action figure aisle because I love action figures. So I had to work in puzzles, games, bikes, whatever. That's a corporate thing.
Yep.
I think it's freaking dumb. So Jeff Butler says superpowers now, aka the Uncle Toddy Mac, have zero play features. Correct. And Robert's Infinite Realms with the hot take. Keaton's Wayne was just Keaton. Yeah. Bruce Willis's General Joe Colton was Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah. But then again, Dwayne Johnson's Roadblock was Dwayne Johnson. So.
Oh, no, 100%. It's The Rock. Oh, again, Black
DJ
Adam.
Contreras Flint was garbage. I can keep going. Rosenbaum.
Michael Rosenbaum. There we go. I liked him in Smallville's Lex.
Hi, welcome to a half hour ago. Yeah. Getting
there
old
we go.
Tonight.
That's the It's Chad that I've known and loved.
You know it, buddy. Bruce had all the hose.
Wait, Bruce Wayne or Bruce Willie? We just talked about both.
Bruce Wayne's supposed to have all the hose.
Well, that's what I liked about Bale with him like romping around. I'll just buy this hotel.
I'm setting some new rules for the pool area. How's the finger coming along, Chad? It's good. The nail's gone. So
yeah, ask him in chat. He's in chat.
Who's in chat? Oh, the finger. Yeah, the finger's in there. Yeah. Yeah. Baby's first 7 is so exhausting. What? What?
The Batman.
Oh yeah. Titan says the warehouse scene was ripped right from Moon Knight Punisher.
If it's good, steal it. I don't care. Do whatever.
Just because the fucker's got a library card doesn't make him Yoda. Yeah. That movie's so good. 7 is good. That's a good movie.
I think I've watched it fully twice because it's such a brutal movie. I think Jerk talked about it too. There's these movies that are so good, but I'm only going to watch them like once or twice.
But they stay with you because they're so impactful. Like when they lean down to that sloth guy and he's like, "You got what you fucking deserve." He's all, oh my God, man. Yeah.
When they interrogate that guy and he's in their question about what he did and why he did it.
And the gun was in my mouth. Yeah. Oh man. And then he played the exact same character in Alien Resurrection. What's in fucking side of me? Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know what? I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. I'm a big movie guy. Yeah.
That's what you and Jerk should do. You should do a movie stream together. Get on their top or Batman or both.
I will fuck on some Batman. I'm telling you. Speaking of which, Jeff Butler says the Penguin series is quite good, though, and Colin Farrell disappeared. Absolutely. The Mam and I were watching episodes 3 and 4 like 2 nights ago. And I just remember looking over at her and I was like, I never see Colin Farrell. I don't see him at all. He's so freaking good in that show.
I do not like him as far as an actor, but I enjoy the movies that he's in. It's like Tom Cruise. I think Tom Cruise is a crazy sumbitch. And I love Days of Thunder. And I don't like NASCAR at all, but I love that movie.
Frostbite's getting a little nationalistic here. Sorry, buddy. Camel spiders are compared to Australian spiders. Well,
he was on with Legend Series and he's talking. We had a whole stream and we're bringing up pictures of those hunter spiders or something. I don't know. They're spiders. They're gross.
They're landlocked in Australia. What do I care? I mean, look, their white shark population's a little aggro too, so it's fine. It's okay. It's all good. Greg says Chad and Tony need to do a show just about the insane spiders they've had to live with. Yeah, we could talk about some of those horrible things that you do on deployment that nobody ever really knows or talks about. Like, I had an ammo crate that was my toilet for a few months. Good time.
Interesting.
I see George Aiken's comment, but I'm not going to read it.
I think he left. I think he had to go.
Did he?
I think so. Got to call it a night. And he said goodnight to your secret word.
Damn it. KB Jodographs, good friend Keith Bradshaw says, since I've been in Arizona, I learned about using a black light for a scorpion show.
Yep. Somebody else said that too here recently. It's in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Kirby?
Yeah, they'll light up. They definitely light up. I don't know, man. I've been in New Mexico a long time. I've only come across a snake here or there, a scorpion here or there. Saw more scorpions in Africa. The ma'am at the OP that the ma'am was at with her platoon, there was this scorpion that she just called Mr. Stabby. And she would just
Mr. Stabby.
Yeah, just Mr. Stabby. And then they had like this wild mongoose that lived in one of the Hesco walls. And yeah, they had all these unofficial pets.
Oh, I can tell. So have you heard of a black emperor scorpion?
No.
Very deadly. They will just kill a bull elephant horrifically bad. And my buddy had one as a pet.
Get out of here.
And he reached in for a cricket and it stabbed him instead of 100 times like they do. He stabbed him once took the cricket out of his hands, and they found my buddy 3 days later unconscious. And he lived.
Well, I'm glad he lived.
Yeah.
That's crazy shit, though. Joe Fan 84. Aren't camel spiders related to scorpions? Yeah. Yeah, they're kind of all in the same family tree-ish. So I'm not a fucking zoologist, but just, you know.
I hate toys, and I'm not a zoologist.
Yeah. I hate G.I. Joe. I'm not a zoologist, and Michael Keaton's Batman sucks. Eric Teixeira, what's up, buddy? Says Chad needs a gif of Ryan Laserpants shouting Zakainen.
He nails it when he does it.
Does he? Zakainen. Yeah.
Well, that was that was a 7 out of 10. That was pretty good.
Yeah. This is the first time I tried. Thank you. Suka says Arizona has sun spiders, which are camel spiders' cousins. Yep. Fast little bastards.
And that was Suka that hunts him with the black light.
Menjoza. What's up? Good to see you. Sounds like a hernia. Who had a hernia? In before Classified puts out a camel spider to pair with wolf spider. Oh, you mean that ripoff of Beachhead version 3? Yeah. Here's the thing. Do I think that Classified should further the line and stop doing Duke, Scarlet, etc., etc.? Yes.
Yeah.
Because Real American Hero didn't take Eagle Eye Joe and Bullet Man and Super Joe and Adventure Team and just make them in Star Wars scale. But the team, this isn't picking on the people that run the G.I. Joe team. So let me rephrase that. I don't have any faith in the creatives at a company like Hasbro anymore, because the days of guys like Greg Bernstead, Ron Rudat, all those dudes, gone. So when they do make a new character like Parth Varma, aka Wolf Spider,
yeah,
it's like to use your metric, it's like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
And you look at that guy, and he's supposed to be Night Force, but he's got yellow on. And what a Night Force has yellow? And why is everybody fucking Night Force now?
Well,
And,
Shockwave, that what I think was it Jeff? I can't remember if it was Jeff or Suka. I think it was Jeff. He was like, well, you know that it's a stealth Night Force because your Gatling gun on your minigun on your bike says so.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Ed Cannon, what's up? Sorry, I'm a half hour late. 26 minutes. And folks wonder why veteran mental health is so bad. They send you to places where creatures exist that make Guillermo del Toro faint. Yeah. And then, like, all of us as leaders, we would always have those freaking dumbass Joes that, like, one would capture a scorpion and one would capture a camel spider, and then they would make them fight.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And then you come in their hooch, and you're like, what are you doing, Private? What are you doing? What are you doing, Private? And they'd be like, well, we got this camel spider and a scorpion. That's that bullshit. Fuck out of here. Yeah. All the time. All the time. Never fails. Menjoza says spiders are one thing. Try being smacked in the head by a date beetle. No thanks. No.
I'll have to look that up. I don't know what a date beetle is.
Andrew M, what's up? Good to see you. Hello, guys. Chad, show everyone your. Why? Okay.
We wanted proof, is what we wanted.
Well, I showed you guys on the pregame.
Well, that's pre. Can you show it now?
Sure.
Get demonetized?
It's not going to demonetize me. You can see I had to cut off all of it except for that little bit right there, because that's still attached. And then that's
what'd you cut it with?
Nail
Surgical scissors? Nail clippers.
Yeah. That's just that little bit that's left. And then that's the new nail underneath. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah. I'm glad he's free and he's in the chat and he's finally happy.
Yeah, well, he's not in one piece anymore, so
I think he's gonna pull through.
Andrew M on lunch just wanted to ask, Is it a tank? Is what a tank? My finger? No.
Camel Spider.
No, it's not a tank either. Dude, so many people give me shit. And I don't mean like the people here hanging out that just have fun with it, but like people honestly are bent around the axle about that whole thing that it's not a tank.
Brother, you have a whole following of people that get bent over if you said water is wet.
What do you mean the sky's blue? Stupid. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Whoa.
That was good.
I don't
10
I
out
don't
of
know.
10.
I don't even know the context to that. Yeah.
Whoa.
I answered that. No, it didn't fall off. I cut it off. Yeah. Darkest Cloister. I like how the Camel Spider was impervious to a kick and walked away. I kind of knocked it off of him and it, yeah, kind of ran away. Yeah, Lou says I totally need to add a Camel Spider with the goat screen.
Halloween's coming up. That'd be good for it.
You like Just Jeff, right? You like Jeffy.
Rumor is that I love him. He's my
You guys are con husbands.
Con husband. Attack Dobby.
Well, I'm
going
gonna let you read this then.
You want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't done one in a minute, and it's
okay.
Jeff.
All right. It's time. Just Jeff, who I love. In Dungeons and Dragons, there is a spell called Zombie Finger. It's not very useful.
That's the freebie right there.
Yeah, he's coming over for my Halloween party. He's going to stay with me for the weekend.
Nice. Pericles says secret phrase.
Ooh, that is good.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that verbiage.
Classy.
Secret phrase. Mr. Madigus, what's the secret word, Chad? You just saw it. It's 2 words. It's secret phrase, my friend. Secret phrase. Greg, Chad, so what will Odie do? God dang it.
George Aiken and Greg Finster are usually pretty good at playing this game.
George, always with George. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. Greg asks Chad, so what will Odie do if she got zombie finger dog toys? She would do this. Chad, how insensitive of you. I love that clip. The thing is, I can't overuse it. You know what I mean? Can't overuse it.
Yeah.
Because then people just burn out on it. Tom's here. What's up? Tom says, evening, gentlemen. Sorry I'm late to the party. Work getting in the way of a good time. Never be sorry you're late. And thank you for being here, my friend. It's good to see you. Chad's alternate identity is the black fingernail.
Call sign Black Fingernail.
Is that like Black Mask? But he's just a gangster with a black fingernail. So you're married.
Mm-hmm.
How
2005.
How does your spouse see your toy collecting, your dolly habits?
My habits, yeah.
Your dolly habits is
my irresponsible spending of money. She's the one who actually got me back into it because I'd always had toys. I mean, we're talking, here's my little Captain Power, from back in the day.
Yeah.
And then I always kept getting pieces here and there over time, and I just kind of fell out of it. And then to somber things up, my dad died in 2021. And then 2 months later, I get the vid. Then I get pneumonia, and then I had a stroke.
Wow.
So I almost died. And by the way, that's how I got my car. That's a whole nother story. We had 5 fights about the car. Fights 1 and 3 were bad. Fight 5 was easy. It's me recovering and going, can I have my car now? And she said yes. But we need
to circle back to that because I have a very similar story to not only my Challenger but also my Jeep Wranglers. So anyway,
Oh, okay, all right.
let's go back. So
Well, I mean, easily she just sat there and she was like, I had stopped doing all my creative stuff, and then she was like, "You really like toys. Why don't you get back into that?" And then I got into like Action Force, the shill for Bobby. I was like, "Man, those are really cool." And I picked one up, and I picked another one up, and she encouraged it. And then she likes getting involved, and she likes when I do with my dioramas. She loves, hey, why don't we do this? Like the X-Men Hellfire Club. She loves the Hellfire Club. So we started picking up pieces here and there. So she's involved, but she's also the one that goes, okay, remember how I encouraged you? Pump the brakes.
That's the ma'am too. Yeah. The ma'am was always like, I don't care as long as your bills are paid first, right? And now that I'm retired, she's like,
reel it back in.
And then
I mean, I just kind of went from there. And then actually Master Son and I talked about this at DFW, where I was like, man, I gotta get a bigger house. I'm like, hey honey, remember that dream house you always wanted? I think we should do that now. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And she's like, because your habit has gotten out of control and we have way too many toys. Yes. She's like, I get my house that I want. Okay. And Master Son was just, I can't remember if Master Son had just gotten done building his complex. He's like, Zakainen, I'm already out of room. And he told me how many square feet he had, and damn.
Really?
Yeah. It impressed me. And then I'm like, oh man, I need another dream house for my wife. Especially after this year with all the vehicles. Space is the enemy of the collector.
Absolutely. Yeah. Being that we've always lived in military housing, we've always had to get creative about where I can put a collection.
Yeah.
And now I converted an entire freaking 2.5 car garage.
Yep.
And I'm already out of space.
You're already out of space.
There's no going down from this. There's right. Like I can't go back. I can't go back to like, oh yeah, I deleted the guest bedroom and I got a bunch of toys in there. No, I graduated from that shit years ago. And now it's like,
you talking about creative with space, like Jeff Butler, who's an awesome individual. I love, he's in that small apartment and he has done these awesome things on how he's able to display all his stuff.
Yeah.
The audacity.
The audacity. That's adult speech for this bitch. This bitch.
Man, that almost sounded like Suka, but I don't think it's him.
I think it is. Robert's Infinite Realms. So is a droid tank a tank? I mean, closer than the hiss. So are we talking like Star Wars Episode 1? Is that what we're talking about?
Those walking things that don't have treads that would have the gigantic gun.
No, that's the ATTE from no. But remember when the droid army? Yeah, the hover tanks. Those are tanks. Yeah. Has a main gun. But it doesn't have tracks, actually. Fuck out of here. Oh, I'm so done with that. Look, Mike Joseph wants us to know.
Cool.
Yeah.
Me too. There, my hiss. That is not a tank right over there.
Is that your HasLab hiss?
That's the HasLab hiss next to the Walmart. Everyone's like, oh man, you can go to Ross and get all these hiss. They did say the other word. I'm like, oh, I could go get some hiss there. Sweet. And I went there and I found
it doesn't say tank on the box. So.
And I got one hiss and that was it.
When they were still in Walmart, the ma'am and we bought up a shitload of the Black Hiss one, and then when the Hiss 3 came out, we bought up a shitload of those two. Not so much the Awe Strikers, because I have a problem with collecting hisses. And Awe Striker,
and that Bumblebee, who I hate Bumblebee, but that Transformer Awe Striker is cool.
Yeah, in Ostriker mode, it's great. In Bumblebee mode, it's okay. But one thing I will give that crossover, he has metal. He's the only one that has metal on him.
Oh, I haven't actually opened mine. Why would they only put metal on that?
I'm gonna try to dig it out. Right. This you might hear some shit falling on the floor. You might hear some words, but
okay. As long as the Death Star doesn't fall down again, we'll be okay.
No, there's just an E frame in front of him. Yeah. There you go. But he's got metal. He's got metal on him. The only one.
Why would they make that choice? That is so odd.
As far as make
it just looks
Bumblebee
cool, but I mean, including metal in him and not the others. Like, why would you do that at a higher price point? Because it's got to be more money.
Yeah, I don't know. See, and the interesting thing about the Transformer Joe crossovers is that they can look as freaking weird as they want. And like Kato and I were discussing in the video that he and I did together, as long as you got the Autobot or Decepticon's head and maybe a couple of colors for unifying elements, that's all that matters.
Yep.
For bot mode, that's all you need. It's got Bumblebee's head and some friggin' yellow on it. It's Bumblebee.
Yep.
But the way that these crossovers really shine is in alt mode and the way that they interact with the 3 3/4 O-ring figures. That's all that really matters. I mean, he's got fucking steering wheels on his feet. Like, it doesn't make sense. Look at that.
It's a robot.
That's the steering wheel.
Yeah.
That's the little targeting scope. It's weird. Hi, I have headlights on my knees, but it's cool. Whatever, it works. I gotta say though, the Cup Triple T is good. That one's good to go. For sure. Bumblebee's just gonna fall over. He's just gonna fall.
No, I think Suka's right. The Vamp should be Hound.
Absolutely. Yeah, Hound and Vamp. You want to talk about low-hanging fruit? Like that's a freebie right there.
Here, make some money.
Yeah. Jeff Butler said, I'll have a table at DFW again next year. Yeah, I know. I tagged you in that post. Mostly vintage stuff and all Funko Pops. Ladies and gentlemen, go see Jeff Butler for your Funko Pop needs.
Mr. Funko.
Yeah. Impossible Pie says, I'm tempted to get the Iron Maiden Funko Pops.
I have a select few, like the Cobra Commander, Optimus, Hulk, Cable, things like that. Like, oh, that's cool.
I have Cobra Commander, Baroness, but that's for the ma'am, right? So by proxy. I got her the He-Man Battle Cat because again, right? If it's Cobra Commander, Baroness, or Battle Cat, she's all about it. So,
what about Panther? What about Panther?
No, Battle Cat.
Interesting.
Anytime I want to see the ma'am smile and I want to give her a little pick me up throughout the day, if I'm out at the store, I'll just get her something of one of those. Done.
Battle Cat.
Yeah, I see him. Nice.
Very with cool. Next to a dewback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's on the dewback?
Harley Quinn.
Why
I don't care. I don't give a shit. I love playing with my dollies. That's part of the awesome thing. I'm having fun with the whole studio. Every time I do a appearance, this will probably be the last, is I get to play and go, okay, I'm on your show. What do you like? So I'm like, hey, I got Batman. I got Catwoman.
Yeah, I see him.
I've got the lunchbox with the Ostriker over there. Got some comics and whatnot. They're pertain to what we might be talking about.
You got that badass Scarlet Snake Eyes World War II style propaganda poster right there.
Yeah, by I'm gonna mess his name up. Aunt Lucia, I want to say, is the artist who did those. I got a few other ones that he's done.
Nice.
And yeah, I love them.
HGC wants to know, y'all got any more of them Ollie's dollies? Y'all got any more of them? I've only been to an Ollie's once. So yeah. Do you have Ollies around you?
Oh, brother, I've got stuff for Jeffy when he shows up. I just sent Tony Legend Series some White Panthers he's going to do for a. I think he's already told everybody a Batman custom he's trying to do.
Nice. Chad's just Chad is just Chad.
Chadception.
Would that be Chad's only Chad? Greg, I see your freaking timestamp comment. I'm not going to read it. Oh, this one we will, because he had to leave and I missed it. Our good friend George Aiken, all the way from the UK, says, "Gotta call it a night." Bye, Zombie Finger. Yeah! That's it. Yeah. Okay. It's good to see you, George. Sorry I got to that late. Blue Serendipity sends a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Samantha says, "Non-consensual hugs to you both."
Yep.
If it
That's a her and me reference. As I was talking to Just Jeff, and I think Jeff Butler
is that
was
like
right next
forcing
to
a
him.
hug on someone?
She hugged me without asking consent, like you did, by the way. Because what's your rule? What's that rule? What's that propaganda you like talking about? Was it 60-40? Yeah, that's that bullshit.
That's that bullshit.
That's that bullshit. I was like, Chad, and you're like, hey, well, I'm getting hugged. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there was no 60. Sorry. Yeah. Judge Dreads wants to know, did you use your mutant healing power on your finger? No. I just let it do its thing while all of you gave me shit about it for however long that was. And I need to become Wrath.
Become Wrath.
So good.
Giga Wrath, Chad.
Don't come around here. John Doe has the upper hand. That's so good. Yeah. And then Destro's Desk says, "Yay to you, buddy," and Days of Thunder.
I love that movie.
I saw it once. Doesn't he crash and then like Nicole Kidman's like the doctor or something?
Yeah, he gets basically PTSD. Yeah, and he thinks because they hired a stripper for him as a cop, it wasn't a real cop.
Yeah, there's no insane spiders in 5-star hotels. We all know this. It's all good. It's all good.
Or in the air.
Or in the air.
You know what? If anyone's got flying spiders,
Camel Spiders,
Australia.
I'm gonna get you. Yeah. No. Hal Jordan, who wants to start a collection for Tony to send Chad and Zakainen some Australian spiders, big boys? I don't give a hell. I ain't scared. It's fine.
Me either.
No, do not care. 'Cause I will straight punch a spider. I'll punch down on it too.
Brother, I'll burn this whole house down, my whole collection with a spider in it.
Oh God, man.
Sorry, well, guess we're gonna get another dream house and I start my collection over. There's a spider in it.
Burning this bitch down. That's all there is to it. Okay, so I'm trying to keep up with the chat because they're very chatty, but at the same time,
I get super chats and stuff.
I don't want to just read the chat at the same time either. So you showed your Captain Power.
Mhm.
Your wife supports your collecting. What's like? What's your why? Like what inspires you? What lights that flame? What keeps it going for you? Like being a collector of the Dolly stuffs.
That's actually a good question.
Hey, you heard it here first, motherfucker.
Chat exclusive.
Chad asks a decent question for once.
You're a good interviewer. You shut up. You stop it.
Oh.
Stop it.
Oh.
I think, you know what? I think it was me on I think Tony was talking about it. It's the art. It's this, I love art. And you have this art. I mean, again, with this little bison. I mean, you have this little tiny thing, but then it's art and you can pose it and move it. I mean, I think that's why I don't like statues. They're cool. I don't want to collect the statues.
Right.
I want stuff where I can move it and pose it, and I can put Harley on a dewback, and I can put a Zesray Gladiator Girl on a Battle Cat, and I can put Soundwave. Well, actually, after Energon Universe, you can do whatever with Transformers. But
True.
I love being able to manipulate art, and it's fun.
I have to agree with you. I got this from Justice Curry, Justin Carey, right? Everybody knows him as Justice Curry. And I love this little statue. The detailing, the paint,
that
the
looks
washes,
cool.
the fucking hood. Yeah. I don't have the free hand for the.
We're canceled.
I don't have the free hand for the goat, but it is a statue, right? I mean, that's it. It's not even a staction figure like Masters of the Universe did. This
Or
is
Mike
straight up.
McFarlane's done some stuff where you can I can move my arm this way.
Yeah, the whole staction figure, like they may have like some weird limited range of motion, but
I got a couple of them.
Yeah, and I love this thing, but aside from that,
that's not going to be the collection. That's not the focus.
No.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely not. 100% not. What else?
You want to circle back to the Wrangler? Your story about your Challenger?
Okay. Well, expand on how you got your Challenger. So you had a stroke, which I mean, you look great for a dude that had a stroke. I know. Again,
you know what?
Okay. Are we gun showing it?
What are you? I'm just stretching. What are you talking about? Oh, thank you. Bless your heart.
Anyway,
guys, I don't know if you understand how many middle fingers Chad and I have sent each other. It's ridiculous
all the time. Yeah.
But
so a lot of us in the chat do. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
So my dad dies. He's my stepdad, but he's my dad. If that makes any sense. That's again another whole story. But after he passed, his best friend is the one who actually handled the estate, and he was like, well, you got to buy something fun. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. My brother and I were talking about it now. A month had gone by and we're processing everything. And he's like, you've never had a new car. Like I had never had a new car. It was always a hand-me-down, a used car. Right. Sure. And I'm like, it's not practical. It's not smart. I shouldn't do it. And then Craig's like, your dad would have wanted you to. I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I started looking at Challenger. I started looking at Hellcats and Demons. And this young kid I bought it from was like, why? He's like, you wanted a manual, right? Because I wanted a brand new. I said, he went to the parking lot. I said, no. I want Jason miles on this thing. I want 0. I'm like, okay, well, there'll be a few, sir. I'm like, I know. I want to order something. So he's like, okay.
Yeah. I don't want that shit with 500 test miles on
it. Yeah. Those hard driven miles.
Yeah.
So he's like, we're putting it together. And he's like, so you need a manual? I'm like, I don't want a manual. He's like, do you want to learn? I said, son, that's adorable. I'm Fred Flintstone. I started with cars where I'm just using my feet to propel it. Okay. And then it became, oh, hey, now there's this manual shift. Okay. I said, I'm lazy. I learned on a manual. I never want to mess with a manual ever again. It first happened when I started dating, and I'm like, I'll put my arm around the girl. Oh, no, my God. Okay. I'll touch your leg. Yeah. No, shift. Fuck you.
I had an old school 280Z that was a manual. Yeah. And I've never had a manual since.
No, man. I'm lazy, dude.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
He's like, why would
I like to drive and drink coffee? So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I like to be irresponsible.
Why not?
But yeah, he did. He's like, well, I'd get a scat pack. And all my buddies had told me the same thing. They were like, dude, that's a lot of extra money for what you're doing. I'm like, yeah, right. So I got that. And I told the wife, she's like, how much money? I mean, it's, it's more than $1. So
it's a little bit. It's a little bit.
Right, Hellcat demon money, but it's a chunk.
Yeah.
And like I said, we fought about it. And like I said, fights 1 and 3 were bad. And 5, I'm in the hospital bed recovering from the stroke. And she's like, yes, you can have your car. I'm like, cool. Now, when I got it, I surprised her because I got surprised by the guy because I'm deaf and I'm doing paperwork is what I thought. And he's like, oh, you can't really hear, can you? I'm like, no. He's like, I thought you'd be more excited. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, he had the car behind me. They'd driven it up, getting it washed for me. So I actually got to pick it up versus doing paperwork. I thought it would be another 2 months out. I'm like, oh, sweet. I went to go pick her up in it. She had no idea. She turned around that corner and she saw it. I'm not ready for this. 2 days later, We're driving. I could go out to lunch. I'm about to get on the highway. I said, can I punch it now? She's like, yes. I punched it, Chad, and my wife, became a small child again and squeed the entire way up the ramp.
Yep.
And now we go out for driving all the time. She loves that thing. I've hit 165 miles an hour in Minecraft twice in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And she's been in the car both times with me.
I have to emulate that because there is something about the Challenger where those of us who own Challengers or have, in my case, owned a Challenger, you understand at 30 miles an hour, it's kind of shit, right? But at anything like 80 or above, it's a dream. It's a dream. And when you punch it and you feel it kind of lock down
the tires,
you feel that rear end, it kind of digs, and then you just go. Oh, so good, man. It's so good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Suka and I talked about that DFW so many times, man. And again, Jeff W. We're sending pictures and talking about how Mustangs love racing us.
Oh yeah, I was
All
at
the time.
camp wherever the fuck in the very, very western part of Oregon, right up by Three Rivers, right up by Washington. Anyway, so I was up there and I had to go into some town, and I was on this weird freeway road that just wound, and there was nobody on it, and I'm just cruising in the right lane. Here comes a Mustang next to me. One of those, just like, it was a V8, but it was just like one of those straight 8 Mustangs, right off the lot, and some like maybe 20-year-old and his buddy, like looking over at me, and I was just like, no, I was like, all right, man, fuck it. And that even on the automatic Challengers, you can still slap it down.
Oh yeah,
right, because you put it down in the drive, but then you still have the well, mine was the slap on the stick.
Oh, you didn't have the paddle shifters.
I didn't have the
you
paddle.
do both
No,
on these.
mine was the 15, the year before the backup cameras. I want to say 15.
Actually, Sue could probably know that.
It was probably 15. So anyway, so yeah, mine was the slap shifter on the stick. And so I'm just cruising. I was probably doing like whatever, 55, 60, nothing crazy. Just driving, just out having fun. And yeah, I just dumped it and I fucking left them. So
oh yeah,
the white trash Lamborghinis love to race Challengers too. The Camaros.
Oh yeah, you know what?
I call those white trash Lamborghinis.
now I understand. And I was like, oh, Camaros, got it. Yeah. Oh brother, the new Corvette. Oh man, you want to talk about fast?
Oh yeah.
I never saw this guy again. I was like, oh, he wants to play. Cool. I was doing 135 in Minecraft on the turnpike, trying to get in and around. I was like, I can get up to 165. I never saw him again. There was no exits either. Gone.
No. Yeah.
Love those cars. Those new Corvettes.
Those Vets are fantastic. That's the last American true sports car.
Well, since Dodge said,
no, you know what? Let's
the Viper. Yeah, I know. I wanted to say really quick, I know GeForce Racing probably still is not here, but he said, hey, y'all, I'm in a headspace tonight. Catch you another time. I just want to say, I hope you're doing okay. And if you watch this on the replay and you need to talk, just hit me up, man. So I'm always around. So I hope you're doing
He's
okay.
a good dude.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So my Challenger and my Wrangler thing. So
yep.
In 2012, I had already done 3 deployments. I knew I was going on another, and this was the time when that whole Arab Spring thing was going on.
I don't know what that is.
So Arab Spring, that's when some people like to say that these countries were liberated, and other people like to say no, they were taken over by even more fanatical people. So
Okay, I gotcha.
Libya and all that stuff. And then that's when the whole 13 hours thing happened. And anyway, it was not a good time to be in the Middle East. So I knew we were going to the Middle East. We were going to be QRF. For some reason, most of my deployments, I was QRF, which is like a quick reaction force. So the only time you get busy is when everyone else is like, shit has hit the fan.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I remember saying, like, if I come back from this one, I'm buying a Jeep.
Treat yourself.
Right? I am buying a Jeep. And then September 14th of that year, I got IED'd. Not terribly bad, but you know, when you get IED'd, it's not great. So when I came home that December, I came home like the week before Christmas. So right after all the holiday hubbub and, oh, you know, look, he's home and all this crap, right? With the kid and my mom and all that stuff. When things settled down, I went and bought my Wrangler. And then right after that, you know, after having the Wrangler for a little while, then I was like, yeah, I need a Challenger too. So
we got both at the same time.
No. A couple years apart.
I was like, dang.
Yeah. So if I remember correctly, and I don't always, I mean, that's just the truth. I want to say the Challenger was a 15 and I bought it toward the end of 14. And I bought the Wrangler at the beginning of 13. And it was like shit ass stock, those crappy alloy wheels and the little shitty tires. It had a hard top on it. It was a 4-door. And I sold the hard top. I got one of those best top fastback, the 5-piece tops, lifted it myself, tires, wheels, gears, all that shit. Spent time working on that Jeep, and then I bought the Challenger. So yeah.
So again, mine's easy. Favorite cars, that one, obviously. The second, by the way, my first car was again a manual, but it was an '84 Honda Prelude, and my God, I had a lot of fun in that car.
That was your first car?
That was my first car. So my dad, my mom, right, get divorced. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My stepdad and my stepmom used to be married. So we used to hang out with them. So it was my stepmom's car, right? So my stepdad. So I'm like, oh man, he's like, hey, how you liking that car? I'm like, oh, it's so much fun. It's this, it's that. I know that used to be mine. I went, oh, do you want it back? He's like, no, you're good.
My first car was a 79 Ford Granada with maroon crushed velvet interior.
Hell yeah, America.
AM FM radio, baby.
No 8-track?
No, I think maybe I had a cassette player in it. I'm not entirely too sure. I want to hit a couple of chats because we got a little behind here. HGC, our good friend, sends a $2 super chat and says, just a blanket.
Chad, how insensitive of you.
God,
for $2.
Nightmares.
Thank you, my friend. Chad, how insensitive of you. You know, it don't work.
That creature haunts me.
And our good friend, Quentin J. Bedwell, a.k.a. the Cube Tube, sends a $5 super chat. Thank you, Quentin, and says, I'm mowing the lawn while I listen.
Your Italian came out for a second.
Zakainen is a tank. Agreed.
I do have a main battle gun. That's true. By the way, coffee mug. I haven't seen the pink one. That's my favorite mug of yours.
The bad bitch one?
Yeah, I fucking love that
one. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's totally unprofessional. I know I'm hacking.
People get choked up around me. It's okay.
Oh, there it is, man. True. Yeah. Impossible Pie wants to know, what am I wrong about this time?
I'll assume 89 Batman. I'm not saying you're wrong in that, but if I had to guess.
This was when we were talking about opinions and how people say, your opinions are wrong. What scale do you collect? Anyway, look, you want to see something fucking crazy? I'm going to show you something crazy.
Let's get nuts.
Yeah, we're going to get nuts. So, you know how I did that insults to inspirational quotes video?
I don't know why you haven't done another one, because I want all the beach.
I already did the thumbnail. That's going to be next week's video.
Sweet.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a screen, and it is a notepad of nothing but shitty comments. So I'm going to share this. Yeah. All right. So all of the shitty comments that made it into the first video have been removed from this list, right? And you see right here, it just says insults.
Yeah, just keep it simple.
Ready?
I keep getting snippets of it.
I like this one right here. STFU and go back to your handler. It just keeps going. You make childish, petty, and unprovoked comments for so long, including recently. You're cheap. Go back to your O-ring.
Oh, I thought you misspelled whoring. Okay, that's my fault.
No. Calm down. People don't want to hear how much you hate what you don't purchase. How about this one right here?
Don't have opinions.
Oh, well, hold on. I got to pull this off the screen. F you, Chad. Yeah. Dude, it just keeps going. And I haven't added to that. What's up?
This is all YouTube comments?
YouTube and Facebook.
And Facebook, okay. I didn't realize. See, I'm not on Facebook that much. Everything from Instagram automatically goes there, and now I'm starting to get on Facebook more again.
Yeah.
So I didn't know you'd get that much hate on Facebook.
Oh, I kind of don't anymore because I have cleansed myself of Facebook toy groups.
I think the only Facebook group I'm in is through POA hooligans. I think that's it.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Suka in that one. That's Suka.
Well, there's the 1990 to 94 GI Joe group that I'm in, that I've been in since it started. Because I'm real big on the 90s Joe stuff. I don't think it gets enough love. There's 3 POA. There's Toys Alive, Tom Miller, Rock Viper. He and I are in that group together. That's a good group. We do a quarterly gift exchange. Some of us, it's just fun.
That's the whole thing. Have it be fun.
Yeah. Why do you subject yourself to toy groups where it's just like infighting or people wanting you to validate like whatever they purchase? It's just so weird, man. It's weird stuff. JMax here. Hi, JMac. Good to see you. Jason Evangelista, member for 6 months. Thank you, Jason. Says, you only live once and live it up. Don't hold back. Buy yourself that Challenger, baby. 100%. Speaking of rad guys, I called this guy on the phone live on Sunday. Brad Davenport.
Oh, yeah.
Says, hey, now, don't be shitting on the Ostrich. Oh, damn it.
It's a Chad chat. You have to.
Oh, it wouldn't have mattered because I read 2/3 of it.
Yeah.
Don't be shitting on the Ostriker with that damn zombie finger. Okay, we're caught up on those.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? What's your favorite thing? And it doesn't have to be a toy line. It could be a video game, a
Women.
movie. What's your favorite?
Women.
Huh?
Women. Ladies, women. That's my favorite thing. I love women.
Or your woman.
Well, obviously now it's my woman, but I can appreciate all women because they're art. And I already said earlier that I love art.
That's that bullshit.
But
That's that bullshit.
That's that bullshit. Okay, all right.
That
Fair.
bullshit, boy.
Yeah, like my
Look, even this
favorite,
guy over
like-
here was like, I heard him.
Yeah. His little hooded thing went.
Yeah. Women. That's your answer. Women.
Well, Toy Gaines popped up, right? And I know he loves him some women, so it was in my mind, okay. But my favorite thing, as far as what brings me joy, God, this is going to sound again extremely hokey.
Yeah.
Friends. It's hanging out with my buddies. It's this, and especially my friends now, since I started, collecting, go to my first toy show, DFW, right? And then meeting Jeffy. He was the first guy. I was like, I'd seen him on your stream, and I thought I recognized. Actually, Suka is the first person to walk by me, and I had no idea who he was because it's him, and then it's Jeff, and it's Ninja with the ladies with him, Erica and Jasmine, and Mython's in there. And I was like, just Jeff? He's like, hey. It's like Zakainen. It's like, hey. And he's the first one that gave me my non-consensual hug. And then it was Mython, right?
Consensual. Yeah.
And then I remember Ninja, he didn't have his mask on. He said, hey, man. Like, hey, how you doing? Everyone's being super quiet,
what's up? Yeah.
except no mask.
Yeah.
So he's like, it's Ninja. I'm like, oh, hang on. And I put my hand right to his face. Like, it's Ninja. All right, man. Gave me a hug. And then they said, met you immediately, hug. Met Samantha, non-consensual hug. And everybody's just been awesome. And it's a group of friends.
Did you yell fire? While she was hugging you? Did you fire? Fire? No?
I said, thank you for hugging me, Samantha. As I learned her name.
She's sweet. Yeah.
But yeah, I met all these people that are now my friends I already loved hanging out with. And now we have some common interests. Like, again, I don't care if it's Funko Pops. I don't care if it's 1/12th, 1/18th. I don't care if it's a statue. There's just common interest. And we all sit there and talk about it. I'm like, none of my friends that I love, right? I'll take a bullet
what about
for
if
my
it's
buddy.
G.I. Joe Extreme, though? That okay?
Yeah. I guess that's cool. Yes. But it is. That's that camaraderie. It's that, it's getting to hang out and just bullshit.
Yeah.
The good bullshit.
I have to echo that sentiment. The dollies are great, all that stuff. It's fun. It's great. But I just don't think that it would have the same impact on me personally as I'm looking around at all my shit, right? It wouldn't have the same impact on me if if it weren't for the people. So everything that's on these 4 shelves behind me is there for some kind of sentimental reason, or somebody handed me a thing, somebody sent me a this, part of the finest.
Yep.
Mikey made me this custom. Mython made me open fucking Legos.
Man, I love that stream. That was so good.
What do you mean I gotta fucking build this?
Damn it, man. I was comedy gold.
But all of these things on these 4 shelves specifically
mean something.
Right. It's because I can look at one of those items and I can remember, where I was, who I was with, the friends that I have and things like that. So I absolutely agree with you. One person that probably is having an eye twitch right now, Mrs. Mython the Python. The USS flag on my $3,000 dining room table is giving me Forrest Whitaker eye.
Especially when that flag's like $8,000. Let's get a real table for that, Bev. What are you doing? Treat that flag with respect.
Sealed, complete flag. And look, I got to give it to Mython because, like, he showed it to me and all this stuff, and I was like, bro, you need to open that. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna open it. I was like, there you go. But again, collect how
like
you want.
Inbox collecting, right? That's not my thing, man. I want to get my stuff out and I want to play with it. But if that's how you do it, cool.
Yeah, it is what it is. Robert Diaz says G.I. Joe Extreme is better than Super 7 Joes.
I think everything's better than Super 7 Joes.
Oh,
You know what G.I. Joe Extreme did have? Some pretty rad friggin' vehicles.
Could you full screen this real quick? So, see this? See this?
That's Adventure People, is it not?
Chad, I don't know.
That's
I'm
Adventure
old. I was trying to find a date on before the stream on this thing. It's probably as old as I am. I'm old. But
one adventure person somewhere.
How can't you do this?
Do you know how many people, when I pointed it out, and I pointed it out in two places. One of them I can't remember. I don't know. Oh, it was on a post from Super 7. And I pointed it out in the comments. I was like, how do you not have a freaking ball joint on the head? Like, you're going pre-85 articulation. Yeah, exactly. And then I pointed it out in an Operation Recall chat that I'm in with some people. And so many people just threw themselves down in front of that speeding train, just to defend Super 7. But, well, it's supposed to be like 82 to 86 articulation. I'm like, first of all, fucking Einstein, you mean to say 83 to 84, because the ball joint in the neck was 85 and 82 didn't have swivel arm battle grip.
So did the neck and swivel arm battle grip happen at the same time? Because I don't remember.
No, swivel arm battle grip came in 83. That's when you saw the version 1.5 of all of the figures from 82. They just re-released them with the swivel arm,
which blew my mind.
For some reason, I love to do that. And 85 was when they introduced the ball joint in the neck, because Snake Eyes version 2. Right?
When they did swivel arm battle grip, I stopped getting Kenner Star Wars. I'm like, I'm done. These are trash. Boop.
Oh, you mean my figure can go like this? Insane. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah. But a lot of people, they don't like when you point a thing out. But House Hendo, what's up, man? Good to see you. I'm sorry that I am 38 minutes late reading that.
It is my fault.
Yeah. Robert's Infinite Realms. I like classified to augment my action force. Rad.
Yeah, I do. I mix them up. I love it. It's awesome.
They do intermingle, commingle very well.
And I did my diorama over here with the classified, and I got the Vanguard, and I was like, I'm going to do this cool thing where I'm going to have the Hiss flanked by these two Vanguards.
Mm-hmm.
I love both these vehicles. Those Vanguards, especially two of them, with this, it just makes the Hiss look like this tiny, cute little thing.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah. The interesting thing is, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of 1/12 and square pegs and round holes. I've said it all before. But when you put that HasLab Hiss next to the Vamp or the Stinger, you can see which one was crowdfunded. Yep. It's glaringly freaking obvious. But since everyone wants all their new shit to be exactly like their old shit, but when you point out that it's not exactly like the old shit, they just, make some excuse. When you put the 83 Hiss next to the 82 Vamp, and then look at the 1/12 versions, I don't know. But I will say, since I got my hands on the HasLab Hiss, thanks to our good friend Jeff W., who I can never thank enough for that.
He's awesome.
It's impressive until you start putting all of the stretch goal add-on shit on it. And that's when you see the chintzy. You know what I
When
mean? Like things
earlier, I
they
took
plug in,
those
but then
off.
they rattle. You know,
Yep.
yeah, a little weird.
Yes, I.
Does Chad own a septic tank? Chad owns 3. Yeah. 2 of the originals, one thanks to embargo, and I also own the modern version based on the DTC hiss. Yes, I do. Come on, how would I not? Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you ask me such a rudimentary question? Yeah, no, I do. What's your favorite toy line?
Ever?
Nowsies.
Nowsies.
I
Man,
know.
Marvel Legends is like the first one that's popping in my head.
Did you see me?
Man,
I don't know. I got nothing.
I'm missing it. I don't know. But no, Marvel Legends, I think, especially they still do dumb stuff like everybody, but I mean, I just have so many Marvel Legends, and when they put out something good, it's amazing. And they put out so many things where I'm like, well, that line's trash, screw you. And then a wave comes out, it's like magical, like, oh man, everyone's good in this. So I'm gonna say Marvel Legends.
Yeah. Do you feel that some of the filmmaking decisions with Marvel Studios and Disney have, I don't want to say hurt, because
Didn't help.
No, it doesn't help. But Marvel Legends, they can always just pivot right back to comic, aesthetics, and they're good to go. But
I can tell you the film, I think it killed most of the Star Wars merchandise for what Star Wars has done.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing about a property like Marvel. You can have your Eternals and your The Marvels and, your She-Hulks and whatever else. And I'm sure some people like that stuff, and that's great, but those toys don't sell. They just don't, right? Movies flopped, toys don't sell. Your Shang-Chi's and all that stuff. But then
Right.
the toy line can rebound. Whereas Star Wars, because it's always been so, hand in glove with merchandising, and then you get like everything pretty much from The Last Jedi on. You got your Holdos and your Rose Ticos, and then you got guys like, Jeff Hicks, who always points out, all these stacks of peg warmers at Ollie's and stuff. But yeah, Star Wars is kind of,
Star Wars is bad.
They've been taking a
like
beat.
marketing, they just again with the 80s, was it propaganda where we brainwashed? But I mean, this is the reason I started getting comic books, was that commercial for this. So I went to go get this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well,
find out on the pages of Marvel's G.I. Joe comics.
Yeah. Well, there's this Hulk. Hey, can I get this Hulk? And I got into comics when comics were good.
Yeah,
merchandising, marketing, that's been it's like they forgot how to make money.
So how do you feel? Obviously you've been around these hobbies long enough. How do you feel? I'm not trying to bait you, just asking. When the people on the G.I. Joe team now say they're glad that there's no media directly associated with G.I. Joe.
I don't believe anything that comes out of their mouths. I don't. It's so corporate. I don't believe anything.
House Hendo wants to know, is the Thunder Tank a tank or an LAV? I would say it's a half track. I don't know. They call it a tank. Who cares? Whatever. I think that whole thing about the hiss is not a tank. I think that kind of got away. I think the point got away. And the funny thing is, there's a duality there, because the whole point of the video is that when the vehicle was first designed, it was designed as a 6-wheeled vehicle. It wasn't designed as a tracked vehicle. Then they made it a tracked vehicle. All of the marketing for that vehicle in 83, nothing said tank. I even put clips from the commercial in the fucking video, right? Quantifiable. I'm adding weight to my argument.
Yep.
It was never supposed to be a tank. Then in 85, right? The guy who plays General Hawk, why are they using stuns? They're blah, 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 as the old Hiss tanks.
Yep.
Okay, well, also in the cartoon, they make Zartan's hood look like hair. Destro's mouth moves, and Lifeline's a pacifist.
Whatever.
That doesn't mean it's Joe Cannon, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Plus
they get
they
to
had
pick
Cobra
what canon is.
Yeah. Now, later on, did new designers come in and new, teams and start putting the word tank on the box? Yes, of course. You can't deny that. I don't deny that. But the fact of the matter is, it was not supposed to be a tank. It's not a tank.
Well, again, like your military definition, here's the book.
Yeah. I even put a chart. Right. But like, you can't buck people's perception.
Yeah.
You just can't. I think it's kind of interesting.
Well, I showed you that picture. I don't know if you saw that in our messenger, where I was like, I'm setting my dioramas up and I'm like, here's my list of, what I want to do.
Yep.
Well, now the terminology has happened so often. I put Hiss tank for my diorama.
It's all good.
Like 2-3 years ago. I'm just like, here we go.
Yeah, look, there's been plenty of times where I've been on record, like there's public record where I have said Hiss tank.
Because so many people have now said it.
Exactly. And I don't deny it, but there is nothing wrong with saying, you know what? Like, I'm asking myself, why do I call it a Hiss tank? And then I started kind of going retroactively down the rabbit hole of, okay. I see where that term took on a life of its own.
Yep.
Like, look at the box for the Hiss 2. Does it say tank? 3? No. 4? No. But
yep, cartoon, and then boom.
Yeah. Does that make Joe Cannon a tank? Pedro says a tank with a big glass window is called an aquarium. Game over.
Game over, man.
I like it. What is? We're just winging this shit, right?
You already had your one good question. I mean, now it's all frosting. Now.
I got more good shit in the tank. Come on.
I think you peaked, but go ahead.
Really?
Oh.
Let's ask the mem. Did I peak? Okay, she says no.
She says no.
She said no. Keys say nah. What is like one item? And I don't want to say grail because, again, words have weight, and I think the term grail gets misappropriated.
Mm-hmm.
What is one item that is like highest on your list? Like, if I could find this or if I could afford it.
Something I don't have yet.
Yeah.
Again, the flag.
Don't
just
say a fucking
jumps
demon.
out.
Don't say a Dodge demon.
Don't say Dodge demon.
I don't want to hear no supercar bullshit.
I say Philly Gaines is still in the chat. I mean, obviously a sex bot. I mean, Elon Musk keeps marching them out. If I could afford one of those, that'd be a grail.
Look, I'm just waiting for the time where I can transfer my consciousness into an android body and I'm good.
And then Terminator. Let's do this.
I just want to go.
I
just want to go be alone.
As people talked about like grails and like, what do you want that you don't have? And flag would be neat, but it's not like something I'm actively going after. Something I've been actively going after, because again, it's nostalgia, is that Starbird, that Fisher Price, that spaceship. God, I can't even tell. I know Jeff Butler is known. He's probably in the chat now talking about that. But yeah, there's a Starbird spaceship I had as a kid. It's just cool. And there was a couple different variations, like the Avenger and the Intruder. And that's neat. I think that might be my current grail, where I'm just kind of like on eBay and I kind of look, and we go to a toy show and I kind of peek around.
Speak of the devil.
Sex bots? Where?
Say his name
Hey.
3 times and the sex bot conversation appears. Yeah. Milton Bradley, Starbird 77.
There we go. Thank you, Head Cannon.
Boom. That's why I love the chat.
Yep.
And I always try to stress, like, none of us are experts at any of our games. Any of the shit that you're into, you're not a fucking expert. Like, sure, you're an enthusiast, but you're not an expert. Nobody is. 9 times out of 10, I'm like, hey, chat, what's the name of that fucking guy? And then 10 people, you know?
Yeah. Brick Grayson. What's Batman's Robin? What's his name?
Jeff found one.
Oh, I've been looking.
Is that Sexbot? That's Sexbot? It's probably Sexbot. Mikey says best it's probably more customs.
Well, he already has my next one. He knows what I want. I guess, well, I could say, yeah, I want Dutch Predator. I want to use the Sergeant Slaughter classified for the buck. I was like, Mike, but I don't want like the camo and stuff on them or whatever. I can put that on. I could use them, for Dutch. I could use that head sculpt for, was it John Matrix and Commando?
Major John Matrix.
Yeah. That's the next one I want Mikey to do. And then I want a Lou Ferrigno Hulk. There's some guy in IG. It's got posted a couple of them, and man, they look sweet.
Well, Mikey did my freaking losers team.
Yes,
and
those are awesome.
I took that metal Humvee that I showed previously. I made some space on this shelf over here. Because, at the beginning of the movie, when they're in their tactical gear, they're in that Humvee.
Yep.
Right. So I took the Humvee, put it over there. I got 4 of the guys around it. And I got Cougar on the roof with a sniper rifle. They look phenomenal.
That scene where
so
Evans goes like that.
Yeah. That's a good movie. I could rewatch that film.
There's and then there's Mikey. I got my Snake Plissken Mikey did over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And you did a really awesome job like showcasing not just the figure, but all the little minute detail that he puts into it that a lot of times a camera is not going to pick up, or it's not going to really do the best job of showcasing.
Oh, thank you, because I didn't think so at all. No one watches this shit.
I did. I watched the shit out of it. I watched it several times. I fucking love Snake Plissken. Love it.
Oh yeah, Mikey killed it on that. The one with the cigarette head. I think I put it behind my Ravager guy over there, or Marauder guy, whatever that guy is, who's not a tank.
All right, so and he walks off. Are you wearing 511 pants? You sure are.
Yeah, they fit me and they actually last a long time. I love.
You know how I know? It's that one belt loop in the back.
Oh yeah, and I've tried different variations of them.
I love those pants. I got like 5 pairs
for work. I've loved. They have several polos, the different materials, and then they're just awesome. But yeah, is he a tank?
Sure,
whatever.
It looks like the body of a T-55 with that drum on the back. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. Tom's got to go. Says, got an early morning. Have a great night, everyone. Got to run. All love. Be good to one another. Life is short. Fucking A. See you, Tom. Good to see you. Vishay Connolly says, your pants are not only tactical, but they're also danceable. And they're ripstop.
If I could dance, he'd probably be right. I can't dance.
Well, but you could dance if you want to. You could leave your friends behind.
I don't want to leave my friends behind. I don't.
Well, because I heard your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they shouldn't be friends of yours. I don't know. Whatever. It just came out of nowhere. Somebody made a comment about the Hasbro team, and it wandered away. Moonlight 47. Wonder if the Joe team at Hasbro will change their tune about no media once they have to start making Energon Universe Joes.
I'm enjoying that reading. That's the first new comics I bought in decades.
Here's the thing, though. The Energon universe is now moving over to a G.I. Joe, right?
Yes. Yep.
So it's no longer Duke, Scarlet, Destro, Cobra Commander, blah, 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 blah. It's a G.I. Joe comic. In that issue, look at Duke. It's how Duke looks in the retro classified.
I posed my classified with one of those covers where it's Duke and the Baroness. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole thing is just weird to me because they did Transformers Rise of the Beasts, and as a Joe only YouTube channel, which, just saying that makes me feel kind of weird. But that's my thing. That's my passion. That's my love, right? I don't get a lot of free content like these Star Wars channels do or Marvel channels. I don't get a lot of free content. There isn't a lot going on. I stand my ground. I don't believe in bullshitting a bullshitter, so I'm not going to talk about classified.
Yep.
If there's classified news under the umbrella of other stuff, I have been known to mention it, sure. But I'm not going to run down to Target and buy fucking Tiger Force tripwire and open it up and blah, blah, blah. Because one, I don't think anybody wants to see me do that. And two, just go buy the shit yourself, make your own opinion, right? I'm not here to give anybody their opinion.
Especially if you don't want to do it, right?
No, because right?
Then people know that. It's, again, authenticity is the currency of today.
Exactly. And you can smell that. You know what I mean? So,
which, by the way, again, little Transformer. Stuff there, right? I love me that.
But when there's news about this Transformer G.I. Joe crossover, I'll talk about it because one, every time I put out a video about it, people, it's like they didn't see that news themselves. So I feel it's value added.
Sure.
But the whole thing just seems so convoluted. Like, take a look at DC. I sort of liken Hasbro and what's going on with Transformers and Joe to DC. You've got James Gunn's DCU, and you got his Batman Brave and the Bold coming out, but you got a Pattinson Batman 2 coming out. But wait, we've got a fucking Penguin show, and hold on, there's a Joaquin Phoenix Joker, which, by the way, that sequel fucking bombed. So you've got all this stuff going on, and then even though it's no more, you had that whole Flash Arrowverse shit going on. There was just too many cooks in the kitchen, so much stuff going on. And now I see
he's going to do the Authority before he does Justice League. Why are you going to do an ensemble superhero team, the Authority, and then do Justice League after that? Why? Whatever. I ain't going to watch it.
Look, I know a lot of people love to sing James Gunn's praise because of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Obscure characters.
Wacky, jokey, goofy. You got Quill and you got fucking all of them. That's fine. He did a good job with that. But they had the good name faith of Marvel Studios back then to go off of. Now Marvel Studios does not have that good name faith. And a character like Rocket Raccoon is a million light years removed from a character like Superman.
Yep.
They're completely different.
He's not iconic. Superman is iconic.
The challenge with Superman, when you read a lot about Superman films, people have a hard time translating Superman because he's not human, but he's almost the most human out of anyone. And he's almost omnipotent at the same time. So how do you give him stakes?
Yep.
You got to get the MacGuffin in there. You got to have fucking kryptonite, all this stuff. No one's ever really gotten the relationship between Lex Luthor and Superman right. Why does Lex Luthor have a problem with Superman? I think the only one that ever really did was probably The animated series, like Justice League Unlimited, they did a good job.
That
with
is my favorite share, like a universe. If you're going to say, oh, it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh, it's no. Justice League Unlimited nailed it.
Look at. That's a hot take. That just came in off the wire. Yeah. What's up, Paper Trail? Good to see you. Jeffy said the Justice League is in the new Superman movie. It's the worst form of the Justice League, but they're in there.
They've crammed everybody into that new Superman.
Talk about a fucking kitchen sink movie. It even has crypto. It's got Super Dollie in there. Oh my God. Yeah. Kaiju Kitty says, the Bruce Timm DC animated universe is unmatched. But again, like we were talking, let's go all the way back to like 20 after 5 my time. 2 hours ago. You've got people that know how to write these characters.
Yep.
Get them to fucking write them. And there's this whole thing with like writers guilds and the people who do live action stuff, they don't want to deal with the people who do the animated stuff, but like I've seen better stories than a fucking Call of Duty game.
Yep. When you watch Justice League and you get to Unlimited and you have that finale you're building up to, and Superman fights Darkseid and cuts loose on Darkseid, and then the Flash. I know this has been out for decades. I don't care. I'm not going to spoil this. I want people to watch those animated series. The Flash is peak Flash when he fights Darkseid. I'm like, it blew my mind. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it.
That's Wally West.
Yep.
And even Batman, even just the way that they wrote all of them, like when they're all standing around in that episode where they duck into that warehouse and they have to change, and the Flash is like, whoa, what about our secret identities? She's like, Clark Kent, Wally West, Bruce Wayne. And he pulls off his mask, and I'm like, fuck, that's Batman right there. Like he would absolutely do that.
100%.
Yeah. Like he doesn't even care. What's a writers guild? Like the WGA, Writers Guild of America. Oh, and then speaking of which, Jeffy's like, let's talk about the Writers Guild. That's a fun topic. I don't know enough. I just know that they don't like chocolate in their peanut butter, if you know what I mean. They don't like to cross those streams.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. I think it's all just caca. B. Conley says, getting ready to finish packing and finish up before the comp. Enjoy the rest of your week, everyone. Be safe, have fun, love you both, and kick some ass.
Break a leg. I think you have to say that.
Yeah. Break a leg. Balake, Dan Jammin, says, I thought Lex in Smallville was the most interesting character. Not sure if he was authentic or not.
Back to that again. I really liked Rosenbaum in that role.
I never watched Smallville.
Yeah. And they had an interesting take on that dynamic between Luthor and Clark. It's just they didn't ever let him be Superman, and then everybody had kryptonite throughout every show.
Now, they did give his Lex Luthor kryptonite poisoning, right? That's why he went bald?
I can't remember.
I believe they did. Anyway. Kaiju Kitty says Kevin Conroy is the voice I hear in my head when I read a Batman comic. Yep.
100%.
That's why those Arkham games are so great. They're immersive. You can do almost anything. Like you are fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Like, you're Batman in that. Yeah. Brad Davenport said, yeah, he did have kryptonite poisoning.
Kryptonite poisoning.
House Hendo, growing up during peak DC animated universe always made me go, what the frig is WB doing bringing this to live action? They had the perfect blueprint for who they were targeting already. Yeah, but can't we say the same thing about G.I. Joe movies?
Yep. Again, comics, there's so many. There's a whole, here's the blueprint.
I could take 4 comic books, update a couple things, cut a few pages out, paste some shit together. Fucking best G.I. Joe movie you ever saw.
Yep.
But it's not just me that could do that. How many thousands of people could do that?
Oh, yeah. If you want, like, if I want stuff to like crossover, right? G.I. Joe. I found the Punisher one, but the one where you have Snake Eyes, you got Storm Shadow,
26.
You got Stalker. The
Yeah.
26?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 53. man, that was so cool as a kid growing up. And then you see that mystery because it didn't destroy Snake Eyes. It was just a little bit of Snake Eyes.
Yeah. And that would be the fucking half of the second movie in a G.I. Joe trilogy.
Yeah.
You know, but you do a whole Lord of the Rings thing. You film all that nom shit when you film the first movie. You put a couple of little bits in that first movie, but in the second movie, that's where you put the brunt of it, because the second movie would start with Silent Interlude, where he saves Scarlet.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
The first movie would end where he's like, boom, on the fucking ramp of the C-130 and he's out that bitch.
Oh yeah.
That's like the ending of Batman Begins. So The Dark Knight made so much money, had so much hype, not only because, yes, Heath Ledger died during the filming, just before the movie came out. It was a whole Brandon Lee the Crow thing. But everybody was so pumped at the end of Batman Begins because that scene with him and Gordon on the roof is right out of fucking Batman Year One, where he flips the card and he says, I'll look into it.
Yep.
You got to give the people like something to fucking chew on for a while. And not this bullshit like, who the fuck is Snoke? Like, you got to have payoff, right? If you ended a Joe movie, a decent Joe movie, with Snake Eyes going out of the ramp, every freaking Joe nerd would know issue 21 was coming.
Yes. My copy of it is brutal. I mean, I've read it so many times and I don't care. It's my favorite comic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell it.
And the cool thing is it was an accident. Like,
I've never heard that story.
Yeah, it was supposed to have all the dialogue in there, and something happened between the penciler, the pencil work, the ink, and the line.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because so many people work on it. When they were supposed to put the dialogue in, they fucked it up. And there's a couple of panels in there where you see the color from the lines are off.
Oh man, now I'm gonna have to get it out and read it.
Yeah, there's interviews with Larry Hama where he talks about how it came about that became a silent issue. It wasn't supposed to be.
And then, I mean, you just had these iconic covers for me as a kid where I'm like, I love Clutch.
Yeah.
And then Springfield. When they introduced Springfield into that comic, Spring in Missouri. I mean,
issue 50, that giant issue where they go to war in Springfield.
Yeah.
Jeffy says they don't like fat Irishmen who can make a better script while he shits, as opposed to a guy that went to school. Paper Trail, Chad, I've been recently buying 118 scale things, and I blame you for that. You're welcome. Last 118 stuff I had was when I was a kid, and the 25th anniversary was popping.
Yeah.
Rad. Hey, I just want you to like it. Whatever you buy and collect and display all your little shelfies, as long as you love it, man, that's good. But I'm glad to hear that, because welcome back to the Lord scale, my friend.
Well, and
Darkest Blister said, "Oh, go ahead."
I was just saying, I like tonight where I'm breaking out my 118th, scale stuff, just to break, kayfabe, between us, right? The devil scale, the 112. Like, I was like, this was one of the few things I went to my local comic book shop to get. I was like, okay, now I'm gonna visit my local comic shop. They had 4 shelves stacked. I know exactly which things I'm gonna get. They've been there for at least a year and a half. I go in 2 days ago, like, hey guys, hey Bob, hey Brian, what's going on? Hey, where's the G.I. Joe stuff at? It's not over here. He's like, oh yeah, a guy came in and wiped us out. All of them. He was down to like a broken down asp, that chromed out Shark or whatever. I can't even remember that vehicle. That it's when they had the line, they chromed out everything, like the Night Raven was all chromed out.
Yeah.
And then that smaller vehicle that had
Havoc
6.
Oh, the Shark. Yeah.
It was a Shark. Okay.
Yeah. Sky Shark.
Mm-hmm. They had one of those, that Devilfish, and man, I don't even know what else. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, just like, this weekend. Sweet.
Mother bitch.
Fuck. I hope he chokes on all that G.I. Joe.
I hope you die. The cool thing about the Devilfish, and whenever somebody like you holds it up, or whenever I look at mine over here on my flag, I appreciate the devilfish because to me it is something that it just exemplifies the beauty of, and I don't even want to just say 118 scale Joe, but a real American hero, because if the figures were the loss leaders, the figures get you to buy the vehicles can hold so many figures, and then they have foot pegs, so it makes you buy more figures. It's a cyclical thing.
Yep.
But if you can't afford a whale, you can get a devilfish.
Yes, exactly.
If you can't afford the 83 headquarters, maybe you can get the tactical battle platform. If you can't afford that, there's all the battlefield accessories. There's Checkpoint Alpha. There's always something for someone in their price range where they can build worlds in G.I. Joe. And that is something that is sorely missing today. And
100%.
I don't care what the fucking scale is. I don't even care who it's aimed at. When you have like a lack of vision and you're so short-sighted where all you want to do is get a buck, reuse a buck, put this head on that body. I mean, toy companies have been doing that forever. That's nothing new. But
That's
toy
business,
companies, even though they did all the parts swapping and the kit bashing, and they would just repaint them, you still got vehicles, play sets, stories, lore, comics, cartoons.
That's it right there.
You got all
You
that
said
shit.
Lore, story, and lore. You cared about that character.
Yeah.
You became invested in it.
Mhm. I could watch the cartoon and or read the comics, because I was a comics before cartoon kid with G.I. Joe. And then I could take these 3D physical representations of my favorite Joe, which, right,
Low
my
life.
favorite Joe. And I could play out those stories, you know, in real time. And now I understand it. Oh, well, you know, we don't need that shit because it's just for adult collectors. But a lot of us still want that stuff.
Brother, you know, the Terminator comes out, and then I've got Snake Eyes is going to be the hero. And who's the Terminator? What's a bat, obviously. I love bats. I love
Oh, yeah,
it.
me too.
And they're like, oh, it's got clothes. I don't care.
So
Put clothes on it. I don't care. I love them. They're
that's fine.
awesome.
Yeah. But you know what? Yeah, I know a lot of people joke about why do you put clothes on an Android? Well, you got a lot of servos and motors and little pieces, parts that kind of grind. Maybe you don't want dirt and shit in those. Just saying.
Justify it.
Just
Whatever.
saying, right? In my head, that's how I justify it. Like, I was very big on the dust cover on my weapon always being closed. It's the same principle.
If they put a battle android trooper where it was in a suit like the Crimson Guard, I'd be all about it too. Do it.
That'd be rad.
Actually, Classify, when they have the bats, what I really wanted with Classify when they did a retro one, do the lenticular chest piece.
Yeah, instead they just made it
so
like an armored
cool.
piece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. But then again, can you honestly look at anybody that has any kind of bearing on current day G.I. Joe? And I don't just mean classified, I mean across the fucking board. Can you honestly look at any of them and say they knew that? They knew about the lenticular chest piece? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Well,
And
I mean,
I don't mean like Lenny. I know when you say anything about G.I. Joe, people are like, why do you always pick on Lenny? I'm talking about the people above them that
Yes.
make those decisions.
right?
Right?
I believe Lenny's a fan. I really do.
I don't know. And to me, I don't care because it, like, the rubber doesn't meet the road with that dude.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It doesn't. It's that dude's bosses. And you know what? Maybe he's just fucking tap dancing in a minefield trying to not lose his job. Good for him.
There's that.
And I
too.
don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's irrelevant, but there's things where I think you know, authenticity. I think he's a fan. How big of a fan? I don't care, but I think he is.
I've been on record many times saying that, like, I gave Emily all the credit in the world because you want to talk about somebody who's thrust into an IP that has decades and decades. I mean, you're talking back to the 60s.
Yep.
So many decades of history, and she doesn't know shit about it. You're drinking from the fire hose, and you're dealing with fans that will not put up with your fucking ineptitudes.
Like any fan base, that's that rabid, like Star Wars or
fanatic, right? We're passionate about stuff.
Yep.
I like stuff.
Contrary to popular belief.
Contrary to popular, fuck you. I like G.I. Joe. Write it down.
Not even with all due respect. Fuck you.
Yeah.
There's no G.I. Joe.
No. Darkest Cloister says Valaverse Green Praetorian is now my kryptonite villain. So it's like Metallo. Yeah.
Again, I got all my guys are in like body bags, from the move.
Oh yeah, that's the way to go, man. Just throw them in Ziplocs and go.
Yeah, the Elite Praetorian is so fun.
Yep.
I'm a sucker. You make something translucent, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah, translucent, vac metallized, and glow in the dark. This is the holy trinity of toys.
Yep.
Can't go wrong. KB Jodograss says Bruce Timm's series plus live action equals DC money and happy fanboys.
Yes.
Agreed. But they'll never do it because you got these fucking bullshit Hollywood writers that are like, I can write better than Bruce Timm. Who's this Paul Dini? I don't know who that is.
Well, it's what you're talking. It's actually worse than that. It's not just the Hollywood writers. It's how many. I mean, you've got a committee. Art can't be made by committee.
No, the fucking Lucasfilm story group. Dinosaurs, diversity. That's like all they have on there. The Force. Well, first of all, you turn the Force into some Matrix bullshit. Yeah.
Well, and that's where they're like, oh, Lucas is going to get it back. Lucas will get it back. Guys, I saw what he did when he went back and then made a piece of work out of his own film where Han shoots first, period. Don't remake that. Everything where he retouched his own stuff and then did his best to destroy all the original copies. Like I think the only one he didn't get a hold of was in the Jeff might know this, Jeffy. The museum
National
of like
Film
film
Archives.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Because they won't give it back to him.
The Jabba scene too.
Oh,
you didn't need it. You didn't need that scene. There's some scenes in the original trilogy that you could have put back in that would have been cool. The sandstorm scene in Return of the Jedi. I understand the whole, it messes up the pace from the skiff to the ships leaving the planet. I get that, but that's a scene you could have put back in that would not have like screwed the fucking pooch, like putting that ugly ass Jabba in there and then digitally having Han like step over his tail.
Yep. Oh.
Every time they tried to do Jabba since Return of the Jedi, it's failed.
Yep.
Every single time. They cannot get Jabba right. Just leave him out. Like, it was cool that they talk about him, and and then finally in Jedi you see him and you're like, Jeff Goldblum, like that's a big pile of shit, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it goes back to the whole mystery thing, right? There's this lead up, there's this build up of this character.
Same with the Emperor.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, where Snoke is, I don't still to this day know who Snoke is. He's a clone of the Emperor. Is he? That's not in the movies. You're guessing.
Yeah, you just see a bunch of them in fucking tubes.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, cool.
How is he a clone of the Emperor?
Again, man,
he doesn't have the Emperor's consciousness, so.
Oh, damn, he started on that movie with Rey too, man. My God, that was so bad.
Did you hear my story about how and when I watched Rise of Skywalker? Did you hear me tell that story on one of my streams?
I think so.
All right. We were deployed all of 19, most of 20, right? Because the whole Koof thing, and we got stopped lost in country. Whatever, it's fine. I like being in Africa anyway. And someone went to Kuwait and came back. So in the Army, when we're deployed, we kind of live and die by hard drives. We all share movies on hard drives.
Oh,
a lot of people share adult movies, but we get bootlegs of films, or we get, whole sagas and trilogies. And so you can, sit in your hooch or whatever on your computer, on your TV, and just watch movies. Well, somebody came back with Rise of Skywalker. And so on Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, because we were working the 1800 to 06 shift, in our, we called it the zoo, but in our little shack, we all sat down to watch the Rise of Skywalker. Now, remember, I'm in a third world country on Christmas. It was so fucking bad that I was like, screw this, I'm going outside. And I just left, man. I just left.
Have you ever walked out of a movie theater? Have you ever, like, you're in a theater and you're like, nope?
Yeah. The fucking M. Night Shyamalan Little Red Riding Hood one.
Oh, The Village?
The Village.
Oh, I love The Village.
Here's the thing about The Village. I walked out of that movie twice.
I'm gonna go back.
Okay. Well, I left people in the theater, so I went back. I walked out. I walked out when the big bad wolf was shown to be a costume. And I was like, fucking do it. And I left. We, stormed out. This is when I still smoked. I stormed out. I probably, chain smoked like 3 cigarettes and then went back inside. Then she jumps the fence of the spoiler alert. Then she jumps the fence of the preserve. And I was like, God, another one. Not another. 2 fucking rope-a-dopes in a movie. I was like, damn you, fucking Shyamalan. And I walked out again. And I waited outside, and my party came out, and there were people lined up. This is back in the day, right? So there were people lined up in the hallway waiting to get into the next screening. I gather up my friends, and I'm like, okay, let's go, right? And we're walking, and I'm like walking in front with a purpose. And I didn't know it at the time, but my girlfriend then leaned over to my friends and she was like, wait for it.
Hold up.
We're just walking and somebody goes, hey, how is it? And I was like, that's the fucking shittiest movie I've ever seen. Don't waste your fucking money on it. Goddamn. It's not even a fucking. And I was just like, just raging. And she was like, and there it is. And just, yeah.
And the TNP valve has finally gone off. Here we go. He's released the anger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Balake said they should remake The Crow. Oops.
Crow is. I just had met the wife, and I believe she'll probably kill me. She's not gonna watch this. I'm good. I think that's the first movie that we saw together, and yeah, we've watched The Crow so many times. I think that's a beautiful movie.
The first one.
Crow. There is only one Crow.
Yeah, the Crow.
I mean, the first one.
Look, I'm just asking for clarification because I don't assume that everyone thinks like me.
Yeah.
Yes. The Crow, not only is it brilliant, serious, sad, tragic for so many reasons, right? Obviously, the real world reason.
In there and finish the movie to make it happen. But
it also has some of the best fucking one-liners you will ever get from a film.
Fire it up. Fire it up.
Yeah, like Jeffy and the smokes and road beers and be quick about it, or and I say I'm dead and I move. Mr. Gideon, you're not paying attention. The whole fucking film. So you're him, huh? The killer of killers.
What a great voice.
You bleed just fine. It's fucking, the movie is so good.
Caw, bang, fuck, I'm dead.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ walks into an inn. He hands the innkeeper 3 nails and he says, can you put me up for the night? Have you looked in the mirror? It's time for you to take your little bird and go. That movie is so good.
You're dead. You can't be here, man. This is the really real world.
That movie, to me, as a lifelong Batman fan, that was the Batman movie that I always want, minus the revenge killings, but the dark, the rainy, the dreary, the
model city where, it's just
the city
it's not
as
quite real.
Yeah, the city is a very important part of that story.
That's
Devil's Night, light the fires. It's all about fucking real estate. No. Yeah. Like the cop is Gordon. The Crow is the Batman. There you go.
Oh man, that's such a great chemistry they had.
I say freeze Snow White, or I say don't move Snow White. You move and you're dead.
Yeah. I'm destined with a man, goddamn mind from hell.
And it was just, and then that ghost gonna kill my ass too.
I'm a little fucking worm on a big fucking hook.
Can somebody record this and play it back in slow motion?
We're gonna reenact chat the entire movie of The Crow, and I'm good with it.
Yeah, I feel like a little worm. I feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook. Yeah,
your mama must be real proud of you, boy. Top Dollar is such a.
I'm not sick like you two fucks. Still haven't heard the story about how Gideon's burned down. Sound like a act of God or something. Call it my need to know.
Oh man, I'll tell. I'll get back to the movie I almost walked out of was Batman and Robin.
Oof.
When I can't remember Chris's last name. So Robin sits there and jumps out with a helicopter or whatever and yells "Cowabunga."
It was Freeze's little rocket.
Yeah. I was like, I should have left. The only other movie I almost walked out of, my friend stopped me, was Pulp Fiction. And it's right after they killed Vincent. I'm like, fuck it, I'm done. See ya. My friend.
Where Bruce Willis splatters him in the shitter.
Yeah, I'd never seen Tarantino. She's like, no. Hang on.
Look, I know a lot of people love to rave about Pulp Fiction. I would say probably half that movie is good. That's just me. Yeah. And Reservoir Dogs, I can't fucking stand Tim Roth. And when Tim Roth starts in his fucking, hey, I'm trying to watch the Lost Boys here. And I'm like, oh my God, talk about nails on a fucking chalkboard. Shut up, Tim Roth. All I want to see is Steve Buscemi and fucking Harvey Keitel. I don't want to hear you with your Tim Roth bullshit.
Michael Madsen, Harvey Keitel. Yeah, that cast is stellar in that.
Chris
but
Penn.
Yeah, I can only
Chris
watch
Penn's
it so many
great in that
times.
too.
Who is?
Chris Penn.
Oh yeah. Yep. Tracksuit Mafia. When they had Tracksuit Mafia, I immediately thought of him.
Chris Penn.
Yeah.
Daddy's gonna be real fucking pissed. Yeah. Batman and Robin. So Mr. French had a live stream. I want to say like last week before. All days blend together for me.
What is time?
What day is it? I don't fucking care. So yeah, Michael had a live stream, and I sent a super chat just as a joke, between friends, and I was like, okay, pick one. You have to watch one: Batman and Robin or the fucking Snake Eyes origin movie. And he's like, well, Batman and Robin, because like it at least knew what it was, and I was like, there you go. Because Batman and Robin knew that it was campy. It knew it was.
I have a visceral hatred for Snake Eyes Origins. I mean, I didn't go to the theater, I was like, oh, it's going to stream. I'll watch it.
I saw it twice.
Just for content?
No, I never made content on that movie.
Why did you watch it twice?
Well, once because I was asked to be on someone else's live stream. This is before I had a channel to discuss that movie. And I did.
Yeah.
And then another time with the ma'am.
All right. So first time was content. Second time with the ma'am.
Yeah.
I do. You want to talk about I'm a mark. Okay. I love Snake Eyes. He is my favorite. Bar none. We're playing in the schoolyard. I'm fighting with my buddy Brenton Fothery. I'm Snake Eyes. Well, I'm Snake Eyes. You can't be Snake Eyes. You're fat.
Look at this guy wants to fight. He wants to fight. But you're not blind, okay? You just got blood in your fucking eyes. That's okay. It's all good, man.
Whatever.
Yeah. Let's talk about Tim Roth. All right, so Snake Eyes. You're all about Snake Eyes. Oh yeah, look.
Confirmed. Yeah.
I don't hate fun. Anyway,
if I could have got a tattoo, like I'm getting that point. Like I'm getting the Arashikage tattoo. Gaines has it. Bartlett has it. I'm like, why don't I have it?
Get it, bro.
Apparently, I'm not a fan. Apparently, I do hate Snake Eyes.
You guys want to know something crazy? I don't have a single G.I. Joe tattoo. Not one.
Did you ever want one?
I think if I could now, I think if I could reset any canvas on my body, this is probably gonna. So my whole back is Jim Lee Batman.
Jim Lee Batman.
Mm-hmm. I would delete that and I would put the cover of issue number 1 on there.
Ooh.
Not the whole cover, just the scene, right?
Yeah.
I would probably do that.
I mean, the 60 cents, you're not going to do that one.
No, I'm not doing that bullshit. But the only space I have left is legs. I did really consider, and it's still on the table, putting the Steel Brigade logo here and the Iron Grenadier logo here.
Oh, that would be pretty good.
But I mean, you're talking serious fucking no jobbers. And if I did do them, they would be like American traditional style. It wouldn't be like the exact like translation. It would be more American traditional. And then I would just kind of work them up into my wrists. But you know how it is, right? It's always
Again, it's like toys with tattoos. You just ran out of space.
maybe, whatever. But, Comrade Bobcat is here. What's up, dude bros? Late as always, but I got the Super 7 Cobra Commander. It's really good. I'm glad you like it. It's good to see you. And hopefully you watch the rest on replay, my friend. That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. The Titan. Batman and Robin or Snake Eyes? I reject your question because whichever I choose, I'd have to gouge my eyes.
I choose death.
You know, one thing I will say, even though I'm always categorized as being, you know, negative or a hater or whatever, I do always try to find some kind of positive or something redeeming or something enjoyable out of anything I experience. One thing I'll give Batman and Robin, Freeze refers to Gotham as hell.
Yeah.
That is the first time in those 4 films that anyone ever calls Gotham hell.
That's some trivia because I don't think I've ever heard that.
No, when he says tonight hell freezes over.
I do. I think I'm now I'd have to watch Batman and Robin just because I can't stand that Snake Eyes movie.
You know, Batman and Robin knows that it's campy. You know, never leave the cave without it. They know that.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for Joel Schumacher, even though he's dead now. You know, you got the guy that made the Lost Boys, and then he's making that. The WB people like breathed on him so freaking hard that he just tried to make the best thing he could within the left and right limits. They had the freaking Kenner people designing the vehicles because they were just going to make them toys anyway. The vehicles in the movie were made based on the toys, not the other way around. Like, again, right? Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yep.
And they just screwed that movie up. If you read the original script of Batman Forever or watch the Schumacher cut of that film, he wasn't trying to go like super left field from what Tim Burton had done before. Like he was trying to go like more in a Lost Boys direction with it. But that Snake Eyes movie, man, right off the bat. Hey, Dad, is there a safe in the cabin? Because I heard you on the phone and you said that you were at the safe house. Get fucked. Oh, so bad. It's so bad.
If Ray Parker as Snake Eyes, those aren't good G.I. Joe movies. I enjoyed them for what they were.
Like,
I at least got that.
Retaliation tried to fix some shit. And I will give them credit. Hey, remember Storm Shadow? Remember how he got impaled twice and then he went down into the frigid water? Well, there he is. No explanation, just like the Sunbow cartoon. He's just back. There he is. You know, next week, boop, there he is. Oh yeah, Ray Park, forget it. No one was a better Snake Eyes than Ray Park. Me for Snake Eyes? Shit, I'd have given it to fucking Clint Eastwood's kid. Scott Eastwood, he'd have been my Snake Eyes. He wouldn't really talk. It'd have been Scott Eastwood, and then he got his face fucked up, boy.
Yes.
But again, that's that whole rabbit hole, you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Yeah.
It sucks. But I will say again, even though I'm a hater and I'm nothing but negative, I see what they tried to do with the Snake Eyes film with Cobra being the unknown organization that was supplying arms to all of these groups, trying to destabilize countries. I saw what they were trying to do, but the only way that it translated was like that one random crate of rifles that they find. But then you add everything else in there. You got the fucking Infinity Stone MacGuffin, and you remember the third. You did see it.
I made maybe 7 minutes of it.
Okay, so
I was watching stream and I'm out. Bye.
You didn't see where he did the third trial and he had to stare into the snake's eyes. Get it?
Nope. Oh my God.
Snake eyes. Yeah, the third fucking test was him and that big, stupid, worthless CG snake. Which, by the way, they did it better with practical effects in Conan the fucking Barbarian.
Oh.
And he has to stare into this snake's eyes so it can like read his soul or something. By the way, the character's name is Snake Eyes. Dude, it's that bad.
Yep.
And how the fuck is Lorenzo Di Bonaventura still in charge of that shit? And I straight asked Daryl DePriest on a stream. I was like, how is he still around? How's he still around? Do you remember when he made that bullshit Hooded Cobra Commander comment? You know, like, but Di Bonaventura's untouchable.
He's got some
poisoned
photos of somebody.
Yeah. How does Chad not have some kind of G.I. Joe tattoo? I don't. I absolutely do not. I have Star Wars tattoos. I have Batman tattoos. No Joe tattoos. I don't know.
They just didn't call out to you. It's not like you. So you think about it. So I love G.I. Joe. Okay, cool. So the G.I. Joes don't have tattoos like of themselves on the characters. So maybe there's that disconnect there, right? They might get like the G.I. Joe eagle or something, but most of the tattoos I'm thinking of in the comics and on the characters aren't that. They're like skulls and stuff.
Now, look, if I was full of shit and I wanted some kind of Joe street cred, I could say that this is the Sky Striker eagle, but it is not.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just a bald eagle. You know what I mean? So, Curse of Fenrir says, I love that Caramel Crunch Snake Eyes too. You like that one, Zakainen?
I do. I like Caramel Crunch Snake Eyes. When it first came out, like, oh man, it's whatever. It's a Snake Eyes. And I got it. I'm like, I love it. It looks delicious. I'm going to put it in my mouth.
That's what she said.
Had to.
We hadn't done it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, Jeffy's getting bold.
He on his oats.
This is where I need that Les Grossman. You need to take a giant step back and literally, yeah.
Fuck your own face.
Oh, it's so good. Chad, you have super chats. Do I? Oh, I do. Jeffy says for smokes and road beers and be quick about it. Thank you for the $2, my friend. I really appreciate that. And Ham, what's up, dude? Good to see you.
Hey,
thank you for the $5 and says the Crow rocks. Great acting. Fucking soundtrack. The soundtrack is so good. Honestly, more funny than you'd expect. Couldn't agree more, man. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for being here, Ham. It's good to see you. And yeah, that Crow. Oh, it's good.
Stone Temple Pilots.
The Cure.
The only good song from The Cure. Burn.
I don't know if it's the
only one. Only good one.
No,
you're correct.
No.
Look, you gonna do Monday or something? Remember that song from The Cure?
I remember a lot of songs from The Cure.
Do you remember Monday? They had that video, and it's super happy Cure.
And Friday I'm in Love and all that shit. The Cure stuff that I like is early, like Head on the Door stuff, like Killing an Arab, which, you know, that got deleted from history.
Gone.
But that kind of stuff, like 10:15 on a Saturday night, like the early weird Cure stuff, like post Susie Sue, Robert Smith, but like right in that early Cure shit when there was only like 4 of them.
I agree. Burn is the only good one. You're right.
Well, now that we've got that agreed upon.
I do, and I love talking to people. Like, you guys agree on everything. Jeff and I talk about it all the time. Like, you guys just agree and do. Jeff and I argue all the fucking time, all the time.
Oh yeah, yeah. And
I
that's the
love
thing,
having
like,
different opinions. It's boring if I agree and go, yep. All right, what do you want to do for the next 3 hours?
100%. People love to say that, oh, Bobby's your fucking handler, and I'm like, first of all, get fucked. Secondly, like, he and I agree on like a couple of things. Like we really agree on a few things. Conan the Destroyer, a couple others. But other than that, like his view on 118 scale in current year and things like that, and we're complete polar opposites. And but I think a lot of people are just too fake to have real friendships with people that you appreciate their uniqueness, but also the fact that like you can talk shit with your friends and be like, fuck off. And we just laugh it off.
Yep.
And it's funny.
You have a fight and it's a fight, right? Verbal fight. And you go sit there and go, I was a dick. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. Here, I love you. Here's a beer.
Dude. So at DFW, it was Saturday. The swap was going to start, and then we were going to dip because Ryan, Jordan, Bobby, me, Mandy, Daryl DePriest, and Ninja all had a dinner scheduled.
The Korean deal barbecue?
No, Mandy and I did that Sunday after we spent all day with my brother at the hospital.
Gotcha.
No, Saturday night, he took us to some really nice steakhouse. And so we're at the Valaverse booth, and Mandy, like, you met the ma'am. She has a lot of presence. She has some fucking presence, right?
That's one of my favorite memories is the ma'am and you asking, hey, do you have any stickers? Well, fuck yeah, I got stickers.
Fuck yeah, I got stickers. Here's your sticker. So the ma'am walks up. We had done some shopping and some window shopping and doing the things, and everybody's seeing the ma'am. And, the ma'am, it's the ma'am, it's the ma'am. Yeah, nobody cares about Chad. They just want to see his hot wife. So she walks up, and I'm standing off to the side talking to Ryan, and she walks up, and as soon as I see her body language, I'm like, oh, here it comes, right? So she walks up to the table, and she goes, when the fuck are we going to dinner? And I was like, oh my God, there it is. So then her and Bobby start back and forth. And my dumbass, I pull out my phone to start recording them.
You're like,
I didn't hit record. I didn't hit record. So you know how like you tapping, and I got big dumb fingers, and I didn't tap record, but I was holding the phone like this, and they were just back and forthing each other. And he's like, hey, Chad, come get your fucking wife. And she's like, no, you don't deal with him. You deal with me. I'm right here. When are we going to fucking dinner? Oh my God. They're going at it, right? And I didn't hit record until I thought I stopped it. And all I caught was the two of them just laughing their asses off. But it was so funny, man. It was so funny.
I'd love to talk to Bobby about his female figures and go, hey, can we have some women there? Maybe have some curves? Maybe have a butt. Is that possible? He's never going to watch this, so I'm good. But I'd love to have that conversation with him. Yeah, I like
you
Pandora.
might watch it.
I got 2 different Pandoras over there. I like some more. I like me some muscle mommies. If we're going to be honest here.
Yeah. I gotta say a huge thank you to K-Dog Broadcasting for gifting 2 separate channel memberships. Thank you so much, K-Dog. I really, really appreciate that. And I'm working really hard to get some fun new content for channel members. The Titan says D. Bonaventura must have run some Diddy parties in Hollywood. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. How could you make a Snake Eyes movie without Hardmaster, Blindmaster, Zartan, and Starch? Well, Hardmaster, Blindmaster are in it.
I'll never know because I'm never going to watch that whole thing.
Yeah, they're
also shout out to Scott Hughes.
Oh yeah, Scott Hughes is the fucking best. Great people. Scott Hughes, speaking of which, shout out, says 100% Zakainen and the Cure sucks, and I even like goth stuff.
See, and this is where I'm like, I wish I could quit you, Scott, but I can't because of this. He keeps bringing me back.
You complete me. Yeah. Anyway, that Cure song, Burn, from the Crow soundtrack is great. Even the 9 Inch Nails song on that soundtrack is really great.
No, I mean, Trent Reznor, I'll give it to him. He's talented. But yeah, there's maybe 2-3 songs that I really like.
Yeah. Would you like to read this? It's been a minute.
HGC. Zombie Finger. What is best in life?
Crush your enemy, drive them before them, and hear the lamentations of their women. I apologize. It's see them driven before you.
Again, it's zombie, thing. There's some, we're being artistic with it.
Rollins Band.
I love Henry Rollins, but again, I only probably like a good 2 or 3 songs from any of the stuff that he's done. But as a person, I really like Henry Rollins. Again, people think I've been called Henry Rollins. Like if I'm in a cosplay, I get Henry Rollins all the time.
I can see why, yeah.
Especially as we've aged, like the whole everything has been that way.
Yep. Kaiju Kitty, I believe I have the Crow soundtrack on vinyl. Hipster flex. Nice job. My favorite tracks on it are Thrill Kill Cult. Yeah, 9 Inch Nail cover of Dead Souls. There you go. They really do argue. Who's arguing?
Me and Jeffy.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, Tony's on Legend Series, and when we're sitting there doing our D&D, we're doing our after deal. Oh, yeah. All the time. Fuck you. I love you, man. Yeah, I love you too, brother. Right on.
You can't kill me. I had a level 47 protection spell, actually, nerd. Balake
How did you know those words?
Yeah. Balake says, man, I disagree with both of you. Where do I send insults? Write this down. Number 1 Happy Street. Go fuck yourself, USA.
Springfield, Missouri.
Springfield, sir. Springfield. Which Springfield? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Yeah. No, Balake is great. Oh, here we go. Edge of the Deep Green Sea is the best Cure song.
Sure.
K-Dog, how did I gift myself a chat member?
Did he?
How do you do that?
He did.
Because it's random?
And he wasn't a member at the time he did it.
I don't. Congratulations, brother. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, that's a next level shit.
Scott Hughes, there are 2 kinds of goth. Cure wimpy goth and Slayer metal goth. I fall into the second category.
Yes, you do, Scott Hughes, who's amazing.
Scott Hughes is rad. I've always had an affinity for like Sisters of Mercy, Fields of the Nephilim, things like that. Not to get into it, but I can't listen to Sisters of Mercy anymore. I have some things that I haven't come to terms with. And Sisters of Mercy was like a real big part of that, which sucks.
Oh, okay, I got it. Because I mean, like musical taste wise, going into that thing is my taste changed over the years. Like when I was younger, like Fleetwood Mac, Styx, I'm like whatever. Bleh. It's old. That's old people music. And then as I became old, I'm like, you know what?
Where's my Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah. Fleetwood Mac, pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty good. Journey, I hated Journey when I was young, and at some point, probably Tron, probably Worlds Apart. Man, Journey's awesome.
You know, I didn't have any interest in Journey when I was young either. I didn't learn to appreciate some of Journey's work until I was older. And the weird thing is, you know, this is why I don't like definitions, and I don't like people putting themselves in boxes, or I won't put myself in a box or anything like that. Yeah, like I'm a classified collector. Okay. You know what I mean? Like it's fucking but when I was a kid, I was like a skate punk kid. Everybody was defined, right? Like the jocks and the preppies were all about the radio top 40 shit. And the Heschers were all about their metal, and the fucking skaters were all about punk, and that's just like, that's how it was. I didn't even learn to appreciate Iron Maiden until I was in my 20s.
That's what got me into metal. Again, by today's standards, it's not. But for me, at that point, Iron Maiden is what got me into metal. And again, art. Eddie from Iron Maiden. I've drawn him thousands of times. If we're at Macaroni Grill, they got the crayons on the table. Guess what I'm doing? Eddie Iron Maiden.
I mean, you want to talk about fantastic, like immediately recognizable mascots. Eddie. Yeah, all the way. Let's see. Hal Jordan says Suka, the new Pandora, is almost goth. The one in white?
The jacketed one? I really want the white and the black versions of her in that.
Well, mine from Hell's with you and says Muscle Mom.
Oh yeah, we've talked about it. A lot of Slava Galagon. Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to get on the phone with my muscle mommy here in a minute.
Blind
Master wasn't RZA. No, Blind Master was RZA in those movies. In the rebooted freaking Snake Eyes G.I. Joe and Origins, let's put a little G.I. Joe in our G.I. Joe Origins Snake Eyes origin movie. It was some other dude. Yeah.
And I like RZA, but again, it's their casting choices.
I was good with RZA as the Blind Master. I was good with that.
There's things where I'm like, I don't care about race swapping. It's such a hot topic, right? When they had Daredevil with Affleck, which I enjoyed that movie. I hated Colin Farrell's Bullseye, but
dude, the director's cut of that movie is fucking good.
I don't know if I've ever seen the director's cut. Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin, I had zero problem with. I loved him as Kingpin
because he's huge, and like you could see him being that dude. He was perfect.
Dean Wilson
in that
Fisk.
Role. See, Kaiju Kitty, Sisters of Mercy kicks ass. Fuck yeah. Empire Down. I will fuck with that. Not anymore. I kind of can't, but
yeah.
Anyway. Oh, Cinema Strange. Yeah, good call. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But the thing about RZA as the Blind Master, all he really had to do was introduce Jinx, give Snake Eyes the sword, and then send him on his path. I mean, that's really all he did. But I like the fact that he had that staff with the boom. Like I thought it was cool.
In the comics, who was it that had the convenience store when the kids come in and they try to rob him, and he just dismantles the gun in front of the kid in the comics, and then takes this dismantled gun and then puts it into this little basket?
Yeah, that's issue 27.
But which master was that? Was that the Soft Master?
Soft Master and Hard Master died.
Anyhow, I can't remember in the comics, but I just remember that.
Yeah,
scene.
Somebody's gonna say it, so I mean, whatever.
Kid Cannon saying Soft Master. K-Dog, Matt Noon.
Soft Master. There you go.
I'm right. Yay.
Well, then he died later.
We all die.
RZA was the best thing about that train wreck movie.
Again,
Here's the thing. When you have a star who's contractually obligated to be in your movie, who is a G.I. Joe fan and says, this is so bad, I need you to kill me. I mean, I'll give Channing Tatum that all day. Like, he argued them left and right about why is Duke a captain? Why is this? Why is that? This isn't that. And they were just like, just fucking play the role. Like,
I loved him as Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine because I hate Gambit.
You hate Gambit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jubilee Gambit. Get him out of here.
I don't.
Do you love Gambit?
I don't really care.
There we go. See,
I don't really care one way or the other.
You ever talk about X-Men? You're not an X-Men guy at all?
Nope. I will say, watching the Foxmen movies, you can see the issues with a team like the X-Men or a universe like the X-Men where they had to dumb their powers down in those movies because, I mean, what are the stakes? What are the protagonists like? Everything just got kind of like turned down to like 2
Yeah.
in those movies. And
X-Men First Class is probably my favorite like ensemble X-Men movie.
I can sit and watch Days of Future Past, even though I understand the difference with the comics and all that. Like I get all that.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, if you want to start
favorite
picking apart
characters.
any comic book universe films, I mean, Civil War, Infinity War. I mean, let's just pick it all apart. But
yeah, I put that. That's another deal for my props for my studios. I put the Infinity Gauntlet with the middle finger in there for you.
see it.
Yeah.
Gambit was a bomb in Phantoms, yo. Oh, look. Mo's finally home. Good to see you, Mo.
Oh, what's up, Mo?
Yeah. Days of Futures Past is still great.
I enjoy it.
I can get behind it.
Yeah. It's again like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. He's not Wolverine in my mind, but I enjoy him playing the character, if that makes sense.
Yeah, headcanon has a good point. Special effects in a movie cost money. Ink in a comic book is cheap. Sure. Yeah, I'll give you that. I like it better than the Infinity War.
There's been a lot. Yeah, I enjoyed if you take Infinity War by itself, right, as the end movie, it's not good, but it's not that. It's tying everything that they've done up until that point. You break Infinity War, none of that shit makes sense.
Well,
that plot's terrible, but there's lines where that's America's ass.
Yeah, but you spend so many phases of movies trying to just find the stones, right?
Mhm.
And then in one movie, we're just gonna tie it all up, like one film. Yeah, I don't know. This I 100% agree with. That Nightcrawler shit in White House was money.
Oh,
X2 was good.
yeah.
X2
Well, that's another
good.
reason I enjoyed First Class when he had Azazel, which is supposedly, his dad. They
Nightcrawler's
hinted
father.
at. And he's just dropping bitches out of the sky, teleporting them up. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's how you get down right there. Yeah. Thank you, Electric Blue Station, for smacky that likey. I appreciate that. Curse of Fenrir. In the movies, Thanos is trying to solve world hunger. In the comics, he's trying to oppress a girl.
100%.
Yeah.
Lady Death. He was literally in love with death. I like the movie version of his reasoning better.
But it fits, people are going to be like, oh yeah, got all these climate crisis and this, that, and overpopulation.
Oh yeah, I know what they were going for, and I was okay with it. Because if you're going for an extremist, well, I get it, because there's a whole bunch of people that are talking about this shit. So I get this guy does it.
Yeah. Miss Mython the Python, Mrs. as you were, my bad. Ant-Man taco scene. I like the first Ant-Man.
I had no desire to see that movie, right? I'm like, Ant-Man, I don't care. Fuck off,
I didn't either,
man.
but Paul Rudd, right?
I'm like, you know what? I'll go see it, because again, I was like, at that point, everything was so good at that point. Like, I'll go see this stupid movie that I don't care about. Fucking any Hank Pym or Scott Lang, just didn't care. That movie was the best version of Ant-Man I've ever had seen. That was amazing. I love that movie.
Ham says X2 still holds up in my opinion. Only thing keeping it from being a home run is the fear of being a comic book movie. Agreed. Here's a question. Did you see The Flash?
Nope.
No?
Nope. I had no desire to see that version of The Flash. The best thing that came out of Ezra Miller's Flash was the scene when Superman is sitting there resurrected, right? And he's fighting, was it Wonder Woman And who else does he have? Cyborg. I
Wonder
can't
Woman,
remember.
Cyborg, and Aquaman. And Flash runs by and he goes,
And you see his eyes go, boop. Amazing scene. Picking something that I like. I hate that movie, but that scene was so amazing. Ezra Miller as Flash, get fucked.
yeah, 100%. Golf Foxtrot all day. Jeffy says, I saw the Flash for Affleck because he was the bomb in Phantoms, yo. And that Supergirl. I liked her as Supergirl. They
That was a
did not
terrible
girl boss
costume.
her at all.
That costume was horrendously bad.
You didn't like that caboose? You like that caboose?
I think they did that caboose an injustice, is what I think. Just like they did, honestly, with Captain Marvel. You just put her in a burlap sack. What are you doing?
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. Good times.
Good times.
We're going to get out of here in a second. One toy you would go buy right now, aside from that fucking Starbird thing.
One toy that I would buy right now. I mean, again, the flag, because it's neat, just keeps popping in my mind because my buddy had one. Suka, I know he's listening.
Largest
He's
toy
got
ever
a
made. Yeah.
Defiant. He's got a Defiant and he doesn't want it. I'm like, buddy, I've got a whole community that is super interested in this Defiant. Sorry. A collection of people that have similar likes and tastes that would like to get you some offers on this thing. So give me some pictures, give me some videos. I'll come over to your place, whatever. I have a trash bag outside my garage that my buddy Andy works at the city of Wichita sat there, and he brought literally this contractor bag, trash bag, and there's buckets in it and whatnot of all of his Transformers that have been in a barn somewhere.
Ooh.
And have been rode hard, put away wet, that he just said, hey, go through these things.
Block it.
Yeah. Well, Suka, I'm trying to get him in touch with my buddy. I'm waiting my buddy to get back to me, get me some pics.
K-Dog wants an 83 Zap with an intact
crotch
and hands. Yeah. Cool. Right now, post-stream, what movie would you watch?
Megaforce.
Fuck yes. Yes, Megaforce.
Is it streaming?
This is
Because that's
why
all
I don't
that's what I
have-
want to watch.
This is why I don't have my microphone on one of those arms like all these other people do. Not
That's a
only
musician in you.
Well, no, but so when I'm not streaming or recording, I move it. You know what I can't fucking stand? This is what grinds my gears. You ready? Oh, the movie that I would watch, what I'm gonna watch when we're done here, The Wolverine. The one in Japan. I'm gonna watch that.
I'm so torn. I mean, that one, there's so many things that I liked about it, right? I wanted to really love it.
It's a mixed bag. But I haven't seen it in a long time, and I scrolled past it.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna sit down with that bitch tonight.
That
being said, I'm always game to throw in Megaforce, you know. Oh, here's what grinds my gears.
Oh, one more thing.
Well, I had to circle back after answering my own question. Have you noticed there's a lot of YouTubers? Shit, I can't do it. There's a lot of YouTubers, they record videos. They're not talking to anyone, and they have fucking headphones in. Have you noticed that?
Moist Critical. He had Charlie's got the one earbud that he's got.
I'm not just talking about Moist Critical. Like the Quartering, Jeremy from the Quartering. I
used to watch him all the time.
Fucking headphones on. Jeremy, other Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, he has like wired AirPods. Who are you listening to? I have speakers in front of me. I hear you just fine. I don't need shit in my ear, but like, I understand when you're live streaming and you're talking with people on your live stream that you have like earbuds or AirPods or, big ass earmuff style headphones on. I get that. But when you're just recording a video, there is no person that you're speaking with back and forth. I'm recording a video. I sit down, I hit record. I have my microphone in front of me. Who do I need to hear?
No, I didn't think about that. I haven't paid attention
do it all
to
the
that.
time. Oh, they're listening to their off-screen handlers. I'm just saying, now that I put that bug in your ear, you're going to start noticing that. And you're watching people's recorded, edited, produced videos, and they have earbuds, AirPods,
My first guess at that would be probably Comfort, where they do so many shows, right? Constantly, all the time. It's just a thing where it's just habit and you don't even think about that you have your headphones on. They're just, as spitballing. Did I say another word?
What is that? That's what?
I don't know. Spitballing?
Is
that word?
That's that bullshit.
Bullshit.
That's that
It's
bullshit.
not that bullshit.
That's that bullshit.
You can hear that truth in there. It's like walking around with my sunglasses on. I'm inside. I'm like, oh shit, I have my sunglasses on.
Fucking do that all day, man. No. Mine from Hell. I saw Megaforce in the theater as a kid and sat through 2 showings. I love that movie. You know what? Mine from Hell. This is for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
I've been scared to watch it, to circle back to movies we talked about, like especially in the 80s, where I went back and watched Enter the Ninja and Revenge the Ninja. I loved those movies, man. And then I went back to watch them. I ruined some memories.
Yeah.
I didn't even go Ninja 3 Domination. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
I was just gonna say that, man. What about the Domination? Isn't that the chick from fucking Breakin' and Breakin' 2? It is. Somebody in the
don't remember
chat
that. Jeff
tell
Butler,
me
I bet knows.
the chicken Ninja Domination, isn't that Kelly from fucking Breakin'? I'm pretty damn sure it is. That being said, I did watch Revenge of the Ninja like a month ago.
So they're dressed in a red ninja outfit and there's a fern in front of him.
It is. It's fucking Kelly from Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
It's fucking Kelly, man. So what did you think of Revenge of the Ninja when you watched it?
Some scenes were still as good, like when their whole family gets fucking wiped out.
Yep.
It's still brutal as shit. Like when that old lady's like, "Oh, me, run away!" He's like, "What, bitch?" and fucking hits her in the back. Yeah, some of that is still good.
That Oni mask deal, right?
Yeah. There's a couple. Oh shit, dude, Nick's here. What's up, Nick? Love you, buddy. There's a couple parts, specifically the weird like tycoon mob boss guy in the hot tub with the naked chicks.
Yep.
That was not as impactful, of course, right? Because I'm not like 11 going boobs, right?
Boobs.
It's not as impactful as I remembered it being.
Dude, again, the ninja going between the fern and doing this thing and doing that was just so horrifically bad.
Yeah,
I'm like, how did I love this movie? How?
Yeah, there's some stuff, man. Just partying on. Good to see you, man. Scott Hughes says, I still love Pray for Death.
Pray for Death. Again, Sho Kosugi.
Sho
I'm probably saying his
Kosugi,
name
yeah.
wrong. But oh man, what's his son's name?
Kane.
Kane.
Kane
Yes.
Kosugi, yeah. Mob Bus Hot Tub Ninja Time Machine. Wait a second. You know what that deserves? Hold on, wait. Hey, yeah. Between Two Ferns, Ninja with Zach Galifianakis.
Jeff Butler is awesome, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're shooting toy. Like I've got my cops figures somewhere where I'm like, oh, here's my buttons, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Cool. Well, what other streams and shows and channels are you going to be on for the next 9 days straight, my friend?
I'm waiting for Jeffy to yell at me because I told him to. was like, remind your old man friend, your old man brother, to pimp Legend series on Tuesday, where Jeffy is the dungeon master for our D&D stream.
Are you talking about this?
Stares intense sexually. But it's Legend series. Tony, it's Crown Fox,
Patient.
Mikey. Mikey has been having his he's been feeling his oats playing his character in D&D.
I was there last night. I couldn't comment. The comments were turned off, and I mean, whatever. It's not.
You can talk about a nightmare yesterday with technical issues. It happened yesterday because fuck it, we're doing it live, and if you want something to go wrong, it happened. Which if we got it all out of the way last night, cool.
It still looked fun though.
Oh yeah, we had.
Apparently, you need to do the thing.
Do the fucking thing, you son of a bitch. Which I'm doing now. Thank you, Jeffy. But so, yeah, Crown Fox.
Tuesdays.
It's Tuesdays. It's fixed.
Yeah. I wasn't poo-pooing about it. I was just saying I was there to support. I was there, you know.
Mikey is so damn funny. And then we got Rory that's on there. Just friend Dawn joined the table last night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably forgetting something. Jeff can yell at me. And then who knows? You might see me on Jerking Gains again, maybe.
Jerking your what? What did you
jerking my gains?
Yeah, those guys are fun, man. They're fun guys.
Oh, I had a blast. Jeff and I were on there Saturday, and I was on with Tony's Figs Monday, and just had a blast. So it's just been fun, and that's why I'm doing this. It's fun. I think that's the only thing immediate. Like Mython, I'll be on with Mython, but we're talking January 10th, I think. It's way out there.
Yeah, he penciled you in, you know.
So we're going to do a show. Well, dude, again, Mython's killing it, man. I mean, it's stacked. I mean, it was like, hey, what do you got open? I got something in January? Sweet. Okay, let's do January.
Yeah. And then, you know, I mean, that's how that goes, you know.
Yeah,
I got I don't, you know, never mind.
Don't go into it. Okay.
Well, but you know how it is. Like you're always talking to people. Like I still got like Justice Curry's going to come back on, Kirk Bazigian. I got to get Ron Rudat back on again. There's always Daryl DePriest, and then Greg Brown, and obviously Bobby, Ryan.
Oh, and then it's going to hit.
You know, and I love having
season.
Tony from Analog Toys on, and it's just a schedule thing.
It's a scheduling thing, and then pretty soon it's going to be DFW, which I'm definitely going to 2025 DFW again for sure. And I might go to Joe Fest, maybe.
The nail came off, Lilith. Band-Aid. Nail's gone.
Started his own channel.
Oh yeah. Hey, speaking of which, tune into Mython, 11:55 p.m.
See, that's why I knew I was going to get to pimp my brother Mython tonight.
Don't forget. Oh yeah, Vinny. That's right. Vinny Delevia. Fucking Nick and I are still trying to figure out when we can get Vinny so we can do another Neon at Night on a Sunday with Vinny Delevia and just let him go, you know, for 2 hours, 5 hours talking about all the 90s stuff.
And we have to do our live car rant when we're both driving in our cars doing a live stream.
I'll do it.
I know we joked about it, and I'm like, how can I make that happen? How could that work?
Oh, look, it's the ma'am. You just get on StreamYard on your phone, man, and just put it right there, and we'll just start yelling. That's all I gotta do. Yeah. So I mean, it's good that Mython's got people stacked up. I mean, sometimes it's just what you gotta do, you know. And,
yep. Yeah. That's all I got to pimp. What do you got to pimp? What you got coming out for the members?
Oh, look at you. Well, on the pregame, which I'm going to start doing every Wednesday for sure. The Sunday streams are just like if they happen now. Like, you know, I've done 2 recently, but this Sunday, Ryan is going to come hang out with me again because I fucking love hanging out with Ryan. But Ryan's going to come hang out with me again this Sunday. Obviously, I got Friday Night Versus with Jay Bartlett because, you know, Barto's my man.
I've become a real big Jay Bartlett fan. You want to talk about somebody who knows video games, the retro especially. And again, his tattoo. I'm like, I need a tattoo.
Jay knows a ton of shit about a ton of shit. And not only that, but he's like a genuine freaking like super awesome, lovable guy.
It
And
just
I
comes through.
love him to death, man. So
Oh,
on
yes.
the pregame, it was the choice of which custom is next to the channel members, and I guess this is courtesy of Wilhelm. So Will sent me this, and so I'm going to do a RC Crossfire version 2 out of that.
That'll
So
be cool.
that's the next custom. But next week's video is definitely insults into inspirational quotes, part 2.
You're breaking back into the mam's wardrobe for it?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Yeah. I'm gonna. The intro to all of them is gonna be that. It's gonna be the fucking hat. It's gonna be some kind of weird shit.
You have to do it where you've got like, a hill or mountain or whatever, and you're just sitting there, right, in lotus position. And
I thought about doing it under a
sunlight.
tree, like doing the intro under a tree. Yeah.
You gotta have, and it's got to just be that, opacity, right, as you're doing the insults, right?
I know. So yeah, that's going to be Monday, and then I'm starting another new weekly video series just for channel members. 3-minute thirsty. And it's just whatever. I'm just going to pick something up and be like, we're going to talk about this bitch for 3 minutes, real quick.
Boom, show. There's Trey from Toyomics Displays.
Oh, what's up, dude?
What's up, Trey?
Yeah, we were just winding down. Yeah. I'm going to go watch the Wolverine. I think you should go watch Snake Eyes.
Get fucked.
Get your Clorox handy. Nicotrona said, I'd classify me so hard. Look, nobody does that as well as Jason Mewes. Period.
Jason Mewes. Yeah, I just saw
Ooh.
a meme with him.
Speaking of which, Terrifier 3 kicked the shit out of Joker 2. Terrifier 3 cost $5 million to make. 2, I finally saw the first Terrifier.
I still haven't.
2 nights ago.
So it's good.
Yeah.
I've seen snippets of it, and that's been it. I'm like, that looks actually kind of interesting.
Dude. Okay, so I've seen a lot of horror movies. I've seen a lot of gore. I've seen Hostel, and kind of all that stuff. He kills one person in such a way that, well, first of all, you're going to be that person. Actually, that saw wouldn't do that. Thank you. It couldn't accomplish those feats. But that's not the point, right?
That's not the point.
It is graphic and terrible. And I have heard this as well. Yeah, that Terrifier 2 is better than the first one.
Scott,
but dude,
it's usually on the same wavelength, so I'll check it out.
It's just straightforward. It's straightforward. There's no mommy issues. There's no dumb shit. There's no like, oh, this poor kid was locked up in an asylum and now he's coming back to get his cousin or whatever the fuck, right? No bastard son of 1,000 mental patients. Fucking dude, out of nowhere, what you see is what you get. That's it.
That's been my problem with villains lately. It's always the sympathetic villain. It's cool, in portions.
Oh shit!
Not every villain.
Here. We're good.
Junkie on.
Yeah, the thing is, Terrifier is not technically the first one. It's the first, like, okay, so Art the Clown was in another movie. It's like one of those movies where it's like 3 separate stories of like found footage, but they all revolve around this weird fucking clown named Art the Clown. All Hallows Eve. Yeah, that's it. So that's the first one. Terrifier is the first movie that's just Art the Clown. But if you want to go back to the beginning, it's All Hallows Eve, Terrifier 1, Terrifier 2, and now the third.
Okay, so then if I'm going to watch that series, which one do I actually start off with?
I started off with Terrifier. I'll go back to All Hallows Eve, whatever.
Should I start off with All Hallows Eve, or does it really matter?
I haven't watched it yet, man.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
Fucking sweating me. God damn.
knew you hated fun. I knew it.
Yeah, Jeffy says just start on All Hallows Eve.
Okay, well, I'll take Jeffy's advice.
I got to watch The Substance this weekend. The Substance?
New Demi Moore flick where I've heard it can like it's like The Stuff. Remember The Stuff? Like the the living Cool Whip that I couldn't eat Cool Whip for like 17 years of my life after watching This Stuff.
Jeffy says, still confirmed, Chad hates Halloween fun. Bullshit. Check that back. I am a Halloween master. You guys wait. Fucking wait till Halloween.
You can do a Halloween stream. When is Halloween actually?
I'm looking right now. Now I will do a Wednesday the 30th. Yeah, because I'm working with Justice Curry to get him back on the 30th.
Okay.
Now, might I go live from my phone just to show my Halloween fuckery?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I chase kids down my driveway with a sledgehammer or a shovel. Come on.
What?
I don't play.
Do other people do other things? That's weird. I just assumed that's what you did on Halloween. That's what everyone does. That's what I do.
Look, I live on an Air Force base. Okay. They no. Half of them can't even fucking manipulate that.
Shoot women and children. It's
easy. You just don't lead them as much. No, the Air Force is very corporate and they're safe and all that stuff. And well, you can only trick or treat from 5 to 8. And I'm like, doesn't even get good and dark till like 2200. Like, let me chase some kids while TAPS is going. That's what I'm talking about. Rethink your life. So I don't know. Whatever. And the only thing that sucks about our house, there's only so many street lights. We live on a big circle. There's only so many street lights. The street light is directly in front of my house. So any kind of, lighting, ambiance, smoke, flickering lights, a lot of it just gets fucking washed out.
Gets washed out. Yep.
Because of that massive street light. And then I see my neighbors down the road that don't have a massive street light and they got inflatable Charlie Brown with a pumpkin and a couple of fucking string lights. And I'm like, ugh.
If only there was some way that light maybe had a malfunction just for a night, whatever. In Minecraft.
I got a couple of. Yeah, right.
I lost all mine in a tragic boating accident.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it was weird.
I can't go outside and did you?
Legend, we were talking we're on chat talking about all these tragic boating accidents. He's like, really, bud? Huh? Tragic boating? Really? You guys too? Huh? Wait a minute.
Well, on the member stream, you did see that giant pelican case, right? That I kicked, and I said it's full of Minecraft.
Well, I immediately made the boating accident comment in chat.
Yeah, there might be like a Garand in there and a couple other things.
A whole bunch of 1/18 scale firearms. Yep,
a whole bunch of 1/18 stuff going on in there. Yeah, in Minecraft. Yeah,
in Minecraft.
Scott Hughes, remember when time went back an hour before Halloween? Yeah, the ma'am and I were just talking about that fallback shit. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now they do trunk or treats and they do all kinds of weird things.
If they stand still, they're well-disciplined children. That's good. Awesome. All right, brother, let's get out of here. I'm going to call the missus. I'm sure I'm probably a little bit in the doghouse, but Just Jeff, confirmed Chad can field strip and reassemble a rifle in Minecraft, but can't build a Lego minifigure.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah, I can disassemble, reassemble, perform a functions check on an M240 Lima in like 40 seconds.
M240, M241, whatever it takes.
Hey, pal, only what you see.
20-watt phase plasma rifle, Uzi 9mm.
Hey, you can't do that. Wrong. Anyway, I love you, dude. Thanks for hanging out with me for almost 4 hours.
Oh, wow. Is it really?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I
Almost
love you,
4
brother. I've
hours.
had a lot of fun,
Because,
man.
you know how it is.
It's packed away somewhere, too.
Yeah, it's all good. Thanks for hanging out with me. I want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out with this awesome guy and this ugly mug. And yeah, we still got a good amount of people hanging out with us. That's awesome. So thank you guys so much. And as is customary around these parts, Zakainen, my friend, you are going to sign us out.
Oh, awesome. Well, I won't say the secret word because that'd be pretty funny. But if I was Chad's finger that is undead, I'd eat me. Good night, everybody.